What is happening? And welcome to your Thursday Night Delight. I'm one of your hosts around here, Sean the Right Way, and joining me tonight, rocking the LA hat, is the creator, Matt Black Bricks, aka Stud Lake. Yeah.
What up, boys?
Also joining us tonight from the ever popular and growing TOT Star Wars boys, we got Jedi Stone. Yeah.
Hello.
Brent had a thing tonight. He might pop in later, and we've got a lot of surprise guests lined up for you tonight. And, we're just going to have to kick back, relax, and chat about the week that was Brickworld. I am still very much recovering that much more because we are a couple of brickheads. Yeah. Bounce. It is a couple of brickheads coming to you live as shit this Thursday, June 19th. And Lake, I got to tell you, I'm going to start. I think we should start naming these seasons. I feel like you know what I mean? Like the 2026 Brickworld season like kicks off now. You know what I mean? Like we just got back from the Super Bowl and it's like, this is a whole new season of ACOB building towards next year's Super Bowl / WrestleMania / World Cup, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, I'm definitely not recovered yet. I know you're not recovered yet, but I'm ready for next year. So I feel you.
Now, Stone, not to give away any trade secrets, but you're a youngin'. I'm sure you're very recovered from Brickworld. You were there probably 3 days shorter than us, but you got a lot in. I mean, did you feel any worse for the wear, or did you feel just fine rolling out of Brickworld?
In what sense?
All right, there he is, Stone. Everybody, nothing. No, a bunch of old guys tried to drink like they were, 22 again, and you find out like, hey, it's hard to do. You know what I mean?
Pedialyte. Next day, you're golden, ready to rinse and repeat.
Ready to wrap. Yeah. So you guys, you did what? Wednesday, Thursday. How many nights did you do?
Wednesday to I left Sunday morning early.
All right, Sunday.
So like really Wednesday to Saturday, like actually pulling up to the convention, to the Rennie.
Tyler likes this idea. I figured he would. Like, he's like, okay, so this is season 5. I'm like, yeah, for us, it's season 5 of Brickworld.
He's ready for the premiere.
It's a season 5 Brickworld preview stream for the entire year. Look, just to head everything off, we've already gotten 2 things. One, for our audience that sort of bears with us during Brickworld season, we appreciate it. I think, tonight will be we'll always reference it, obviously, but this will be kind of the end of the season coverage for Brickworld. We'll get back to more regularly scheduled ACOB stuff, but I know a good chunk of you guys were there, so you won't mind. So for those of you that are kind of over the Brickworld stuff, like, we understand it, and we'll get moving on. But we implore you once again to get your asses out there. Stone, just an ultra quick recap from you. I mean, I hyped it up to you online. We've had sidebar calls with me, you, and the boys behind the scenes. I told you there was no way I could possibly overhype it. Do you agree that it delivered, or what are you thinking?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was texting Brent after it, and I was like, I've never been to a convention. Not really convention type guy. But this is the only convention I really need to go to. I mean, those builds, I had fun with all the boys and all that, but on top of that, the builds were really spectacular. A lot of really cool builds that were there, and then the people there were nice as well.
Yeah, it was. You guys were, you guys came right at the right time. I think I said that, you came when it really kind of starts for, I'd say, most folks, Lake, or that are, as far as the convention attendees, Wednesday is a pretty good deadline to get in there, I think.
Yeah, Wednesday works, especially for your first year. I mean, you're kind of thrown into the wolves' den, just trying to keep up for those first 24 hours. But no, Wednesday's fine. But once you're there for a bit, kind of start pushing for that Tuesday, and in some cases even that Monday.
Yeah, there you go. It is we got our first special guest of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The goat has joined. We've got Shy Time is my time in the building. How you doing, Shy?
What's up, fellas?
I feel like I just saw you, man.
Literally.
Oh yeah. No, we're just welcoming everybody into the show this evening. Shy, a good time for you to jump in. We're just I don't know about you, but I'm still probably feeling it. I had other stuff going on, but
well, you were still traveling after we split.
Yeah, I flew across the country twice since Brickworld, so I guess I have a little more reason. But no, I got to say real quick before we get too far into this, staring down the barrel of the cam here, Brent and I, Lake, everybody, that has anything to do with this goofy little show. I think it proved, and Shy keeps reminding me, but it's actually bigger than a goofy little show. I mean, you guys have really built this into a full-fledged community to come see the boys. I couldn't believe. I mean, I'd go around the corner, and Lake, I know it must have been cool for you too to see people rocking the gear and whatnot. Even some of them didn't say hi, so I would like proactively do it, and they'd say stuff like, "Oh, I didn't want to bother you." I'm like, "Bother me, please." Like, if I see our shit, I'm gonna come up to you, like, So, but I get that not everybody is as forward or aggressive as me, for example. So I hope you don't mind that I ran up to you all excited to meet you, because I was like, what's going on with that shirt? Did somebody force you to wear that, or you know what's going on? But no, I mean, it got to the point, Lake, where night one we could barely get a table, but by night three we're like, we have to split this up, which is crazy to think about. The crew ran so deep, there was people splitting off, all that. Stone, you're around for some of those dinners, occupying multiple tables. That's just wild, from where it started for us like 3-4 years ago. And my whole thing is I want to still be on top of it and try to spend as much time. And like I was like getting up and going around the tables like a like a father-in-law at a wedding, like, everything good here? Okay, good.
It's hard, right?
Yeah,
like it's hard to give everyone time.
Yeah, it is, because Shy and I will talk about how we wish we had more time with each other, but then we don't do it because I guess we're pretty accessible all the time, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But there's some that you're not. I don't know, that there's some people we get to see on stream a lot, and there's some people that we are really tight with that will actually call and make time for and stuff like that. So it's just like different levels. But I hope that everybody got what they wanted out of it, and if we didn't get to spend much time, again, I think you guys saw the pace there. I don't think I barely stopped moving the entire week, sprinting from one thing to the other, whether it was for something I was volunteering on, or to get a beer, quite frankly, or a deal on a set. But it was a lot of fun. So I just want to kind of set the table there. I'm seeing lots of names in here that were awesome this whole trip. We'll recap everybody. There's one right there, Amy Schultz. There she goes. Took care of everybody, made sure she was in the pocket, she just came up clutch with so much stuff. She was awesome. Really good to meet you again. See you again. She came to several dinners, was at all the events. It was awesome. So we'll get into some supers to kick it off. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do roll call here for the Girth Gang. That's usually Brent's thing. Lake, can you handle that, or do you want me to do it?
Are you able to pull them up on screen like normal? If you can do it that way,
I can pull them up. Okay, cool. Here we go.
Girth Gang.
Is this the first one? Is this the first of the night?
Yep, that's the new champ.
There we go. Trophy for Ostiff. Good job. We got the heat from Ostiff there. Paul, we can't wait for the recap, but we're going to be recapping probably all night and throughout the year. CPA with a third. What up?
Big week for CPA.
Heck yeah. Papa Rex. Jane Austen. Oh, yeah, we got the new GWP out today.
They were going to have to take a look at that girl.
Pockets Master. Big week for him, too. Brought the giant castle mock. That was awesome. But looking forward to this. Get Cooped. What up? Hopefully he made it back to Alaska. Lego Timmy. Riley hitting us with the boys. Papa Trip. Lightning Lord. Sonia Holcomb.
Sonia on the live. She's usually replay gang. I wonder if she's still here.
Crew's going deep tonight. There we go. What else we got? Liam Brick the Bed. Let's go. Rob Claxton, Bearded Brickhead,
So damn girthy.
Flord, what up, Flord?
Girth gay.
JD Velchek,
Girth,
the
girth,
No
girth,
Cap
girth.
Recap, Padawan HQ, what up, CJ? Muttley 777. Well, that's Brickworld done. Prepping for next year. What up, Whittaky? Another guy that we got to meet this week. Yeah.
Got Maul here.
Maul's
Tons
vengeance.
and tons. And you guys know the rules. Throughout the night, make a heater comment. We'll pull you up. And by the way, new feature alert. Are you seeing this, Shy? There's a on-screen chat going on. You see that?
Oh, cool. Like I haven't been on StreamYard on the operations side in a long time, so that's pretty dope. All time.
From your end?
Well, I mean, I can't see it. I mean, I can see it on here, but I can't that's new to me.
So guys, your comments will be streaming along. Let me know, are you guys seeing that on your end on the live stream or the live end? I'm just looking at it from cool. Yeah, I'm just looking at it from here. So I've always wanted something like this, like a little static comment section, and now we have it. All right. Before we get rolling, we got Ostif here with the first super of the evening. Monday landing is 361 days away, 364 to the big day, which is the first public day. He wants to hear the Rennie. I mean, how apropos. God, I miss that place.
You put beers in your mouth at the Rennie. Them can meet your future spouse at the Rennie. You can boy all night at the Rennie. Buy it or set you like at the Rennie. It all goes down at the Rennie. If you stay another place, you offend. Them other hotels at the Rennie. The Rennie is the Rennie is the Rennie. The Rennie is the Rennie.
The Rennie, man. Some other bad convention has moved in there this week. Pisses me off, you know. You know what I mean? Some insurance company just took over the Rennie this week. It's so upsetting to think about them, touching
scamming people,
scamming
your grandparents,
sleeping in my bed, taking deuces in my toilets. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that either.
All right. Brick Dynasty with a 10-piece. Huge shout out to Dynasty. So good to see you out there. And your missus needed this show bad. I want to live it all a second time. Dealer's choice. All right. We could throw that around. Stone, is there a super you prefer, sir? You know a couple of them, I think.
I like the Droidica one.
All right. Should have known. Droidica.
You can run, even really fast. It won't matter when I roll up on your ass. I am metal. I've got my blasters. I'm a badass roly-poly robot disaster. Droidica, Trade Federation pinball. Droidica, I make all the Jedi pay. Yeah, I keep rolling, bitch.
Gets that last shot off. You got to respect it. We got a couple more in the hopper. We'll sort of pace them out a little bit here and get to them. But yeah, Shy, we'll throw it to you, man. It was different this year, but what's your overall takeaway? Because you and I talked about it quite a bit. We said it's different. Hard to put finger on why. It was, I guess, I've thought about it some. There was some people that weren't there, but then there was this influx of new, and that always brings like a new energy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just noticed by us. There are a lot of people that noticed that there was a slight change in the vibe of the whole thing, and not in a bad way. It just wasn't as rowdy. In the
where were they hanging out?
In the lobby. No, in the lobby.
In the lobby. Okay.
The lobby, like the past couple years, it's only gotten like exponentially crazy, right? Yeah. Like I think like last year was like the peak of that, I guess you would say. And then this year it wasn't really consistent. It was like it would be heavy and then it would drown out, and then there was nobody there, and then it would just go up and down. Not really anyone can point out to why. Maybe because I think there's a lot of people going out more this year, like going to other locations like outside of Brickworld. Like they're going, obviously there's like the medieval times, people going to restaurants, like they're leaving the premises for one. And then 2, there's a lot of the loud heads like Sean, but in other areas in the Lego community didn't show. That would like rein people into, like, they're like a hub of, like, a little hub of like a personality that would bring people into a specific area. There were some people that didn't show up from previous years, so that could be another explanation. But it was definitely chiller than before, and it was, and I for once welcomed it, because
I
wasn't gonna party hardy like the past couple.
From my perspective, I didn't notice it was chill.
Around y'all were crazy.
Well, I was gonna say, because we got tossed out of the lobby.
Yeah.
We got tossed out of the lobby, so I mean, mission accomplished. No, the guy. Shout out to that goated night manager. I don't know who he was. He was awesome. People actually ended up taking pics with him because he was so awesome. We were sitting, so check-in, that little area when you turn around from check-in, there's that area tucked away on the left there.
Yeah, we hung.
You guys were kind of you guys took that area at a few points, but I don't know what time it was. Definitely well after 2 a.m. And
it was like 2 or 3. Yeah,
it was like 2 or 3. Brent brings down, Brick Rips opens for the first time at 2 a.m. on Tuesday night or Wednesday night, and people are just ripping packs. And the guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, you're making a little too much noise. Why don't you move over there? Because the sound carries up worse."
Yeah, that goes up. Yeah,
and so Maul, shout out to Maul's Vengeance, just kind of like stands up and points to his shirt that has the Rennie on the back. He's like, "It's cool, man. You see this on the back? Like, this is where we are. We made this for you. You see this? This is here," or something like that. And the guy's like, "Cool, I got to get one of those. Anyway, can you move?" But I loved it in the moment. He's like, "Let me appeal to this guy by showing him we've placed the hotel he works at on the back of our shirt." Like, it's just wild because, like, there's with the aforementioned insurance convention, there's nobody else making Renaissance merchandise. Marriott.
It was the way he said, "This is here," that really.
Yeah, he goes, "This is here."
Sir, it's okay. This is my home. Type of vibe.
No. I've got this building on my back, therefore I can do whatever I want. And by the way, it wasn't confrontational. He was just he was a little had some beverages. Maul, yeah, you remember that, Maul? He's laughing. And I congratulated him on the move, and we promptly moved over and continued. And I think we were just as loud, Lake, and nobody cared. He was right. So, yeah, I didn't notice it. There were times where I took a night or two off. Shy, I think I did, one on, one off, because I just have to do that to survive, given the pace.
I get it.
But,
I totally do.
It was a lot of fun. Lake, your perspective, like overarching vibes wise, I mean, there were the people missing, new people there. Anything else to add to that sort of mixture?
I mean, as far as our crew grew 2 or 3 times in size, so I don't think we felt the downswing from last year. I mean, we had the UK boys roll up, we had guys like Maul show up, guys that weren't there last year.
Yeah.
So I feel like my experience was growth in every area this year compared to last. But no, I do agree. Even us, like we went out a lot more this year than we did last year. I feel like, I mean, we went to Fox and Hound and hung out for a few hours, a couple nights this week. Even like those 2-3 a.m. runs, we would leave the hotel and find some place to pull up to. But no, I think overall this year delivered. I'm very happy with it in every way.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we'll get to the set release. Shy, I don't remember if you were able to come through. Did you come through on set release?
Yes, I was there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it was a blur. But even
I was late, but I was there.
Okay. But oh yeah, you had a meeting.
Yeah.
Had a meeting.
Which I didn't even attend. I like showed up at the end of that one too. I didn't show up.
I'm sorry. I'm booked. No. So so I mean, we'll get into that for a second, but I mean the set release party was unbelievable. I mean, that was easily 3x. Like, I didn't get a head count, but it was way bigger this year. I remember when we were up in front kind of making announcements, which I don't know if I told you about this, but so we get in there and it's like set up classroom style, like there's desks facing the teachers, right, and we're up at front or whatever. And I had just prepared a playlist of all of our supers to play on a video loop on a projector. You saw that. Well, I look out in the audience and there's no less than 10 kids that are definitely should not be hearing 40 fucking figs, for example. And so I'm like, what do I do? And Lake's like, I think I mumbled it to Lake and he's like busy. No one would answer me. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to make an announcement. So I was just like, hey, thank you so much for coming. Yada, yada, yada. You guys, I hope you're here because you know us and you know sort of what we do. Like, I'm like, there may be some language on some of these tracks for the kiddos. We apologize, but I still went ahead and played it. And truthfully, when everybody came up to get the sets, I think the whatever general chatter kind of drowned it out anyway. Like, but I was like, this is wild. We're playing like these. Some of the stuff is a little out there, and it ended up being fine. But just like to have to, I don't know, that's something I didn't calculate for.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, at the end of the day, there was a lot going on once we actually kicked off. So
yeah,
I think after those first 30, 45 seconds, I think we were good. But no, I know what you mean.
So Stone, your experience, you got in. Now, did you go right to the B&B? Did you come right to the Rennie? Walk me through like your first several hours. What was that like getting in there? Bigger than you thought, smaller than you thought? What do
you sorry, excuse me. So I got to the Airbnb and then just dropped my stuff off, showered, post-plane shower, that's a must. And then after my post-plane shower, say that 10 times fast, post-plane shower, post-plane shower,
yeah.
post-plane shower. I went right to the Rennie. Yeah, big hotel. I expected it to be like, you know, a nice size convention. And I've seen like videos previous years, people going to like Brickworld Chicago, conventions like that. But like it was definitely felt bigger in person. Nice setup. Walked straight to I was walking around actually for a little bit at first, a little lost. Not gonna lie, just lost looking at the Lego. Seen some really dope builds, and then found my way over to you, Sean, and then from
stage.
there, you know the rest of it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. We were kind of reeling them in. We knew when they were touching down, and it's just tough because you got so much stuff going on. But I was like, all right, we're over here, blah blah blah. Look for the stage, yada yada.
And we got zingers. That's what it was. We got zingers right same day, that Wednesday.
There you go. Oh shit! Sorry, I was sitting there chit chatting. We just got a mega bomb in here. Cinemolecular Films with a 50-piece.
Yo,
goodness, dude. Channel Membo, Cinemolecular Films, actually got to meet Molly Kular in person, which was very cool. Had a wonderful time with a lot of you. Experience gained, and the 2026 countdown has started. And the aforementioned FFF is the request on that. So I mean, really, we have no choice but to play it. Here's FFF.
I got heaters to the left, heaters to the right. When I fix the Joker hippo, I'ma party all night. But never in my life did I ever have a set that I wanna make my wife. Don't want no house, don't want no kids. All you gotta give me is 40 fucking figs. 40 fucking figs, 40 fucking figs. I even do a bid for 40 fucking figs. Dear Lordy, my body needs the 40. 40 fucking figs, 40 fucking figs.
It's so damn soothing. I had to put an elevator in there because it does feel like elevator music before it starts going. Let's see. But Cinemolecular, man, thank you. That's crazy. Thank you so much. It was really great meeting you. Love that you came up, introduced yourself, because again, it's just really the way it has to go, especially when we're running around and everything. I think one lesson learned, Lake, is we're going to have to kind of put, it's tough because it's so sort of organic and we never know from one moment to the next. But I think we know, like Fox and the Hound Tuesday, for example. I think I think it's time next year we reach out and we just say like, hey, we're taking this whole back room. I think we have.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cemented. That's our spot, especially that first. I mean, kind of that first night where we have that size of a group. Yeah, we this year. I mean, last year we filled that one table. I mean, we had a decent sized crew, but this year, I mean, we rolled up 2 tables deep, and we were there. We were there to party.
Shout out to Ashley, I believe was the server there.
Yes.
That place, Stone, was like dead as hell on a Tuesday night, and about, I don't know, 30, 40 dudes just rolled in there. And she's like,
nice.
no, you made my night and everything. I wasn't going to make anything, but like, could you give us warning next time? Because like, we were all just like, beer, wings, beer, wing, beer, chicken sandwich, beer. But she was stoked, that she got, made some money, but at the same time, she was like, you guys are just, we didn't know. I'm like, well, you think if I called the man, I'm like, I don't want to hard commit to a number. She's like, well, if you think it'll be around this, just tell them it's a Tuesday. What's the worst that can happen? They say no. Nothing's going on in Schaumburg, on a Tuesday night.
Start frying up those 15 boom sandwiches, right?
Just get them going. Oh man. Thursday nights are my favorite days now. Used to be Dino Sundays with my wife. Oh, come on, bearded with a little Dino Sundays.
Brent said 40 fucking dudes. That's so funny.
Right. Shout out to Ashley. Yeah, she was cool. I think I did hear rumors that one of the boys in the crew tried to kick a little game to Ashley too. I don't know how that.
Yeah, I don't know how that went.
I think it was rejected, from what I understand, or ignored outright.
Well, I heard someone stole like the Ninjago figs. What happened with that?
Yeah, so
that's all I heard. I haven't heard like any of the other like details.
Yeah, so I mean, this year was thank you, Stone, for bringing that up in a roundabout way about differences this year. The Lego group, I mean, Shai, you've been going. This is probably the most sort of customer facing or visible presence they've had. I don't want to say ever, but certainly since I've been going.
No, most stuff. Yeah, they haven't done something like this in a while.
Okay, cool. So
I made it known to them.
I'm setting up your story, Stone, in a roundabout way. But they were there to show off the August wave of Ninjago sets, but most importantly, they were there to do the world premiere of the newest Ninjago series, which I believe is 14 and up. I believe it's more of like a anime manga kind of style presentation, which, by the way, I think is super smart, because they have to recognize they're about to celebrate their 15th anniversary, and a lot of us haven't aged out, the hardcores, but I think probably some of the normies have probably aged out of it. And so I think this is a way to keep the hardcores engaged. They're going to eat up probably anything Ninjago, but maybe some lapsed fans, for lack of a better term, to reel them back in and not make them feel, if people do have a conscience about collecting toys, as it were, it would make them feel, a little less awkward about it. Maybe, I don't know. I just like the move of trying to sort of recapture, like I said, lapsed fans, people who aged out. And anyways, so they had a big presence there. As part of that, they had a ninja training center, which that was for kids. They had, what else they have going on, Shai? They had their table out on the Brickworld floor with the aforementioned sets. Shout out to our crew too, by the way. We built, our group ended up building all of their sort of demo sets. I think it was a lot of these guys' first time, or one of their first times actually building Ninjago. And it seemed they really enjoyed it. But anyway, to get to your point, Stone, I just wanted to set it up. They did a lot of activations there. They did Bricklink Designer Program. Shout out to Shai and CPA and Greg from London Calling for hosting that. It was amazing. I think I told you, Shai, I was running around. I was setting up for something else, but I popped in right when you guys were like, let's go. Like, people were
throwing Lego to people is fun.
You got no roars, Stone, on our panel. You got a couple laughs, but they were getting people roaring. Now, also, they were giving away thousands of dollars of sets. We had one Dark Falk, but
anyway. Had a bow back. Don't say you're so short.
We'll bring Sadler in here now. We've got Sadler in the building. How you doing, Sadler?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you look good. You all right?
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Just like being awkward. So we're talking about the Stone decided to throw in the stolen figgies thing. So yeah, so
I didn't hear about this. I only heard.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I just wanted to kind of set the
hear the whole
context for even people that were there might not have known all this. So, anyways, all those sets are set up. They're on a table right next to the Brickworld stage where we were posted up. And apparently, and I didn't hear about this till I don't know when it started. Maybe Tyler Lake, you'd have more insight. But apparently, night before public or 2 nights before public, just straight up, people were just going and just yakking the minifigs right off the tabes. And that sucks, man. That's sad to see because, I mean, Shy, before last year, I don't recall hearing much about theft, from tables and mocks and stuff like that. But it seems like
there was one incident.
That's what I mean. That's not when I say not much. There was one, and everybody knew what it was, and I think they caught the guy who was a kid, and they kicked him out.
Yeah.
But man, that's a bummer because I mean, we roll with some pretty decent stuff out there. I mean, I like the convenience of just leaving stuff at the table, but now it's like I have to second think it with all this going on,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but it's like one person out of like how many people that show up. You know what I mean?
No, I know, but do you think this person did it and rationalized? Because I didn't hear about. Did you guys hear anything taken off of mocks at all, or
did they catch the guy that took him or no?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything. But I'm wondering if they rationalized it because it was from Lego and not like.
Oh yeah, let me just take
my times table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe there was a less feel bad about it. I don't know.
No, I think they just felt bad for the guys. Can you imagine being so down on your luck that you got to steal Ninjago figs? Man.
I mean, the problem with that is, we want to be able to keep that open all night, but we can't, sort of have incidents like this. So, I don't know who it was, why or how they did it, but we just, guys, if you're coming, don't kill the vibe, dude. If you're gonna come do that shit, just don't come. That's what I say. You shouldn't be doing that anyway, but don't mess with Brickworld like that. Like everybody.
There's always one every year. There's just always that one dude that jacks it up for everybody that we gotta like strong arm and kick their asses out.
Tens of thousands of people that come through there on a weekend. I mean, there's gonna be a bad actor, unfortunately.
Which I think for this year was the first time like you and I didn't have to kick anybody out.
That's true. Oh, I didn't kick anybody out this year.
We didn't kick anybody out this year, man.
Is that why you thought this year was a downer? You didn't get to rev up this year?
That's what he meant by it was more chill. We didn't eject that. Well, you know what? If I don't want to talk about Tugboat guy. Tugboat. He didn't do anything to get kicked out besides be a dick. Unfortunately, that's not enough. No. Tyler, you started fearing the end of Brickworld around, I think, Wednesday lunch. It's where we're sitting there having pizza.
I'm not even there yet. He's already over.
It might have been Thursday at the latest, but we're having pizza, and Tyler's like, "It's almost over, guys." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then famously on the Discord the other day, I was like, "Hey Tyler, just think about it. In another blah 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 days, we'll be there." You're like, "Yep, that's just that much closer to 2026 ending as well." I'm just like, "What?"
Hey, I mean, objectively, the most fun is at the very minute you land, and every minute that goes by, it's sadder and sadder. That is the truth.
It is, but then like,
man, you were having fun Saturday night.
But I noticed.
Yeah, I had to forget that it was the last night.
Leaving, man. Like up until the moment Sean and I left the hotel.
Yeah, you guys were partying. Yeah, you were doing like crossover dribbles without a basketball when I left you there. But I do notice though Tyler does uptick in the bevies as we get deeper in the week because I think you're just getting really like bummed out that it's wrapping up.
I mean, and plus the biggest thing about like Saturday night too, like the sadness, but also it's like if I miss, Sunday there's nothing. People leave that on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, and it's like all Sunday is just like public hours and just like the first time you see someone, it's probably going to be they're leaving. You know what I mean? So it's like if I miss a little bit on Sunday. From feeling shitty in the morning, it's like, I don't feel as bad. You know what I
mean? Yeah, I get it. By the way, Kyle Stonelake just is checking in here with a loud Tyler. Dude, shout out to Kyle. What a rookie campaign he had this week, last week at Brickworld.
It was the right year for it.
Tyler, I was thinking maybe the Civ needs to put together like some awards, every year. There's a lot of contenders for Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely. I mean, it was kind of funny. I mean, I don't know who I was necessarily talking with this about, but like, I think I've talked with a few people. It's like, and like, I won't say I'm like here just for the sake of like, I don't want to like make people feel bad, but it's like, I've been kind of saying like, hey, like, number one highlight, or not like number one highlight, but like, biggest like surprise, like rookie year. Like I've had like, it went from like 3 people and then like so-and-so brought up like 2 more people and I'm like, oh, top 5. And then it's like, now I'm up to like 9. So it's like, there is like a dozen debuts this year that were like just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe that's it. It's like an all rookie team. We don't have to necessarily rank them, but like, I mean, everybody came in and showed out, but I was like, wow, okay, now that's added to the fold this week. But no,
yeah, I mean, this year, like, again, even the people, the first, that are rookies this year, but let alone everyone else. I mean, there was a handful of people that their first year was last year that just like literally 10x'd in a year in the fact of just like chillness level and stuff like that. Like, I mean, all the rookies were like at their best, you know what I mean? It's like, the people that have been around for 2 or 3 or 4 years, it's like, I don't know, this year, like it was, I'm not gonna say strange because it's like, this is what I think like it always should be, but it like the vibes were just like, nothing could have beat it. Like, I mean, it's just like, compared to every other year, like at least for me, maybe there'd be like
we're
a little
in trouble for 26,
like, a little drama, a little bit of that, a little this, maybe this guy was maybe someone did something, or like maybe there's a little like internal something, but like this year there wasn't 0 of that.
Well, here's the thing, man. We've got so many, including, I mean, we've got a main eventer coming in next year specifically for you, Tyler, Bearded Brickman. Throwing it across the Atlantic, dude. I mean, he's going to be there alone. I mean, can you imagine? It's going to be.
Well, I mean, I'll always. I mean, which it sucks if CJ ended up, if he can't make it next year, and like this is not to like knock Bearded coming, but like what I've always said is like, imagine those 2. All right, imagine CJ and Bearded at like IHOP at 3 a.m. I mean, that's the duo. That is just like crazy. That's why CJ needs to make sure he comes there again.
Well, we all hope he does. Padawan again, all rookie team. First team, future first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know if anyone had as much fun. That's the other thing, man. Like doing that. I don't want to like isolate and say so and so had the best or what. But I like to think about it.
Well, speaking of Bearded, I brought down the Australian blue raspberry, so
there it is.
I'll crack it and I'll give it a little test.
Squadron came up. This Squadron, and again another Brickworld legend. What's up, y'all? Hope everyone's doing good. Brickworld was absolutely fantastic time, and then followed up by Barley. True Squadron is so big in person. Everybody was calling him Superman, and then he went ahead and rocked the Superman shirt. Just classic. It was unbelievable. KO, Your Highness, first ever channel member. Here's £5 for your Brickworld Chicago hangover kit. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. All hail the king, first channel member. Thanks for stopping by. Have you been out there yet, KO? I don't know if you have. I thought you said maybe one year you'll try. I don't recall. Don't be fooled by the lover. The lover, Brick Lover Brad coming through. CJ took my credit card on a 7-Eleven spending spree last night. This is still going on? What the By the way, Lake Lover is just flat out writing the fucking lover on his signatures now.
I told him he should. We need bricks like that, man. I want it on the brick.
I signed his set, the F and lover. He goes, "Oh, I should probably do that. It's a little more tame or something like that." I'm like, no, you don't change that.
It's awesome.
I gave you that name for a reason. You need it. So I love that he's sort of aging into it now and embracing it. That's great.
That's right.
But I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know if anyone had more fun than Brad,
Yes,
both like convention wise. Bricks are coming.
Yes. There we go.
Whoa. Max from West Coast Bricks. Yo. Max, when are we gonna get you on, man? We need to set that up. Little reunion. That'd be crazy.
We need a Max at Brickworld.
I know. We need Max at Brickworld. That's the way you can fall in love again, man.
He's gonna be the tallest person there.
We'll start with getting him on a stream, Chai, and then we'll kind of
work our way up to that.
We never got to do the 3 towers, man. Me, him, and Brent would have been the tallest crew in the whole damn land. Been funny. Ekablor. There you go. All right. Let's see. Now, Stone, you were kind of in and out of the crew. You were privy to some of this shit we're talking about. Met a lot of these characters. Was there anybody you met in person that you had? I think I asked you on your stream the other night, but like, give me some of the highlights from some of the dudes you met and experiences there as far as making new friends.
There's a guy from my hometown, JJ Lang. He was cool. He had that Batman Millennium Falcon in that corner.
Oh yeah,
he brought the Wegmans cookies. Unreal.
Shout out to Wegmans. Yeah.
I helped the kid EJ. He goes by like Edge in my Discord. He had a dope mock that I was helping him with. Ostiff. I met Ostiff, the legend himself. He was hilarious. Good guy. Will Bricks, met him. He was funny. He was just selling Lego the whole weekend like a beast.
Yeah, he was running around. That guy's nonstop for sure.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like everyone that was there that I met was like super nice. They had a lot of cool like custom pieces. I was like buying like old fashioned little custom pieces.
Yeah.
For like no reason. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a good time overall.
Yeah, no, I think seeing to your point, Tyler, like seeing like worlds collide like that is always a fun time. You know, you're like, imagine, you know, like you said, bearded coming in, meeting CJ, that kind of thing. So seeing like Stone and Brent side by side. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There it is.
It'd be wild to see them together.
All right. We'll get into we'll get back into like set release in a bit. Probably have more details. There'll be vlogs and videos coming, and I'm hoping we don't wait a year for it. But if we do, we do. It's kind of the routine at this point. But Lake, let's talk about this. We got something going on with Matt Black tonight. I heard.
Real quick, can I give a quick shout out to Pops Block Shop in the chat, real quick, because he just brought up the clock. I just wanted to show it.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. What's up, Derek? All right.
So, I was gonna say we're gonna move into like a pickup section here in a bit, Tyler. So I hope your body is ready for that. Shy, I don't know if I didn't tell you that, but if you have stuff nearby, I don't remember. Did you go super heavy, Shy? I don't even remember what you picked up.
Yeah, I got a lot of Citizen Brick.
That's right.
E-Town stuff. I bought like 4 Taylor Swifts.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Did you get the Popes and all that stuff too?
Yeah, I got all the Popes. Yeah, I got all that.
Very cool. Well, my battery has died on my mouse, so I'm I'm just talking while we do that. I was going to flash a graphic, but Lake, take it away. What do we have going on Matt Black Bricks this evening, sir?
Yeah, so we had a couple of convention exclusives this year. At the release party, we had the Miami Girth Trooper and a reprint base version of the Shadow Girth, and then we also had everyone's favorite, the Walkaway set with Tyler. So we kind of shock dropped those in person at the convention, and lucky for you online folk, we did not sell out completely, so we have some extras available that we're going to throw up on the site here shortly. I have a limit of one on all the items for those purchasing, so hopefully that'll make them last a little bit longer. If you place multiple orders, I'm probably going to cancel that second order to make sure they can get around. There's not a ton left, especially of these boys.
That's crazy. Tyler, what'd you think about it when you had it in hand, man? That thing is insane. I mean, who else on earth would make something like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's insane. I mean, the shirt is pretty much 1-to-1. I mean, there's a picture. Let's see.
Shreddy's
I mean, I've got it on the screen.
Shreddy's been foaming at the mouth.
I love it. Tan building real estate. Shout out to Harry Potter, and then make Lego Star Wars big again. I'm
Classic
torn,
Tyler.
man. I celebrate all of them in my collection. Currently, I've got Eternal Yard Sale. I think that's. Oh yeah, there he is. Hold on.
That's
So there's me in the pocket right there. Oh, hold up.
Oh, hit it again.
Yeah.
Now,
Me
Tyler, you're a
yeah.
big stickler for accuracy, especially when it comes to clones. Are you pretty satisfied with your shirt selection there?
Yeah, I mean the pattern design is like literally 1-to-1, basically. I mean, it's a little absurd how close that is. I mean, the actual like palm tree design on it.
Yeah.
My only gripe, Tyler, is that it was that color. Do you know how hard it is to get coral torsos and arms?
Hey, you should have told me that last year, man.
It's not easy, man. I had to buy those separate.
Man, be sure to wear a black shirt on Monday.
Hey, it should have been a sand red shirt. I mean, it could hardly have been any harder.
There it is, right there. That's one of them. Moretti's Bam Bam Shrimp. Just
Oh my gosh,
Tyler, there it is. That's the actual shot that this is based off of. Which I don't know, man. That's just and again, this shot actually taken by Ryan after Tyler filled up his rolly bag with one more buy. That's exactly what happened here.
yeah, no, that is pretty. I mean, it is just crazy to think that. I mean, literally, Ryan just randomly doing a story post. You know, like the final Brickworld like story post, like just little, I don't know, 5-second thing or whatever. Like that's what led to it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was just like it wasn't even just random. It was literally just like double random. Like Ryan doing that just like on a Monday morning. It's like Brickworld's over. Like literally the final 30 seconds before I'm in my car and on the road. It's like just wild how that happened.
CPA says we need to find who shared the first screenshot of this in the ACOB disco. I thought it was me. But I could be wrong.
I mean, funny enough, I don't even have the like OG stock picture. Like the 10 screenshots I have in my camera rolls are all just the ones like the memes.
They're all blurry. Yeah. Ryan could maybe download a Crispy Boy and then we can enhance or something. I don't know. Actually, I did enhance. There's the Bam Bam.
I mean,
Shrimp.
shout out to the Bam Bam Shrimp, bro.
That's awesome. Papa Trip. Yeah. Moto. It was cool meeting Moto, by the way. I'd never met Moto and his son as well. But all right, so what's the word? We're on a password protect here right now, Lee?
So yeah, I can go ahead and release that whenever we are ready.
All right, well, let's go ahead and drop them. Let's I know very few units remain of all of it, so if it's something you're interested in, and just to be clear, because I've had people ask, so Miami was sort of I don't even know how many were made before, but it was a handful just as part of the original.
The first print was 10. Those were not for sale. Those were just distributed. Those are technically different. There's minor differences to all the printing and arm printing on those. So these are different. So I wanted to keep all the first run of things exclusive. So this is the unlimited run, basically. But we got just a few left of both, and then very few of the Tyler sets. So
all right,
limit of one on each, boys. We're about to remove the password. If you have an order in the queue already with your box of boys, I will combine shipping for you. I'll refund you the difference there, so no worries.
Oh, okay. So they can add to their existing order.
Yep. So you'll pay shipping up front, but I'll refund because I'll ship it all together.
There you go, guys. So no worries about double on the shipping.
All right, we should be live.
All right, I'm gonna go snipe all these real quick. Let's see.
Bring them to eBay.
And they're gone.
Life Bricks walk away set. I can't believe it, man. It's crazy.
We did it.
And then
That's so funny.
this is the Shadow Girth Light. Now, I think you just explained it, but explain again because I had people ask me. So we do say we're not going to ever re-release anything, and we haven't. This is different from the original.
Yep. So no arm printing on this. All the printing is different here. That first unit was we had numbers on the back of the collector's units. So those that I mean you would consider like the I don't know, like the ultimate edition of the Shadow Growth Trooper. But we sold out in 26 hours. So, I mean, the UK boys, I think some of them woke up and everything was gone. So they didn't even get any of those. So we want to do another small run just to have available here for those that missed out. And again, wanted to switch it up to keep that first run.
Of course, this is the
exclusive for
Miami
those
edition,
people.
which does have the band logo. So this is staying true to the sort of the one that you would kind of distributed with the initial drop.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, I knew when you showed that one off, people would go crazy for that one. So I kind of had a feeling that we'd be doing a full run of Miami's. So here we are. I mean, we've got ideas for other things down the line. So this is might be the beginning of a couple that we might do maybe next year. Who knows? But grab them while you can, guys.
Fun fact: the walkaway picture is the final photo posted to the Brickworld 24 hype channel.
It's awesome.
It's wild that we have 3 hype channels already: 24, 25, and 26 already. It's already started. A lot of people grabbing the Tyler and the Miami. The website is Matte Black Bricks. I
just got all 3.
Damn.
You were quick, Shy.
Yeah, you saw it coming, right?
Yeah, I saw that come in. You were quick.
Even though Shy has the one with the arm printing, he's a completionist, so he's like, damn it, I got to get the one without the arm printing. And by the way, shout out to Fritz, who made a little. I didn't even know. Again, I always use the somewhat new excuse, but there was like these half base plates, and they
the 16 by 32s.
Yeah, and anyway, he took one of those. Shy, I don't even know if I showed you, but he just took one of the half base plates in gray and just put ban in black on it. And Jandern had put, I think, every one of our releases lake on there, and it looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that could be. We're almost to the point now where we could maybe fill up a case of some kind or something. How many unique figures are there in the ACOB extended universe now? I don't even know.
I think we're near 20 technically.
Nice.
I need to get a case myself and have them all lined up to keep it all straight.
Mine are like all around. Where is it? Oh, and then now this was Tyler. Do you have your brickhead, man?
Like right by me.
Maybe.
Ironic. I've got this one here, and then the other one on the other side.
This was. I know I'm jumping around, but I don't want to forget things. This right here is crazy.
These are what I want.
Well, everyone's like, yeah, when are you guys actually going to make brickheads? Well, funny you should ask. So shout out to Lockin, man. Lego Lockin. Hope you're out there in the Girth Gang tonight hanging. But right before foosball, he comes up and gives Brent, myself, and Tyler a 4-pack of brickheads. And dude, I was like tearing up, to be honest with you, because I was like, this is crazy. Like right in the middle of that, I'm organizing this thing, and for him to think to do that, once he said, like, I sent you a render like a long time ago, and I'm like, yes, I remember that, and it had to be like a year plus. But what was extra crazy is not only did he make me, Tyler, and Brent, he took it a step further. And speaking of walk away, why don't you show him that?
So sadly, I mean, it's on the other side, the physical one, but the picture. So there it is. But then, of course, the suitcase behind is brick built. No print on it, but can't fault him naturally for official pieces. But that is the walk away version right there.
Yeah. So he's also towing the suitcase. I mean, I was just like, I couldn't.
Well, yeah, and he also, it's kind of funny. I didn't realize until I got home. He put the orientation of the brickhead in a walking formation. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
legs are staggered.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome. And so, we didn't expect any of it, but then when you go over the top and have that come out, and little did he know we'd actually have the set of that thing coming later. That was really cool. And I really hated breaking them all up. So we're going to figure out something with that because there was great interest, I would say, Lake, in something like that.
Can I show the other one real quick that I do have next to me? I can bring the other one over when we go to like actual like haul time. But so look, I mean,
that's awesome.
I mean, there we go.
I mean,
that's pretty damn spot on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Even got the puffy hair.
I was doing this at Brickworld, man, and maybe it's just because I was a little drunk. But I mean, to me, for some reason, it's the funniest thing ever, bro. Putting the glasses like that. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know why sideways. That's so funny to me, bro. But I was doing it so much at Brickworld.
But were they presented sideways? That would be funny. Oh my god. Liam Brick the bed. Got to go back to work. Have a heater stream, boys. Let me see that Lego butt. All right. Well, if you're still around, let me hit that for you. Hopefully you get a chance to hear this. Shout out to Liam Brick the bed. One of the greatest names in the game. Here's Lego butt. Yeah.
I want to see that that Lego bed. I want to see that that Lego bed. Looking good on that box art check. One more finger, boys need to inspect. Front's up, neither, but the back could be a wreck. Turning it around and I mean no disrespect.
Look at the butt on that thing. All right, that's Lego butt. Taking that one. Have you heard that one yet, Stone?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's always an interesting one to play. But all right, how are we doing on stocks, Lake? Are we running low? Is anything running dangerously low?
We have six walkaways left.
Oh,
6 walkaways. Yep. So smoke them if you got them. Otherwise, replay might get lucky. Might be able to snag a couple.
There you go. So those are definitely going. This will be, I'm sure, the last opportunity on the Miami for sure.
Yep.
Shadows, I don't know. I don't know that it'll be evergreen, but there could be. Yeah,
I think Miami's are done after this. We got other things we can do. Tyler not coming back. The Shadows, I feel like it makes sense to bring back every once in a while. You grab 1 or 2 here and there, kind of build that Legion. But for Miami and Tyler, once those are gone, guys.
CPA, to answer your question, yes, we did talk about my disclaimer for the children at the release party. I'm proud of you. Any Brick Rips G-dubs left? Hit up Brent for that.
Yes, I believe he said that he's going to find a way to make those available here down the line. So he's got a plan.
Okay, cool. When did you sell the first run of Miami Troopers? We didn't sell them. So during the original batch, it was kind of a gift, I guess, from Lake, a surprise. That's how it was presented to me. Like when
I mean, you didn't know anything about it until it was in your hands.
I did not. So the way this usually goes is Lake will send our stuff, to Brent and I and Tyler and whomever a little bit early. And then, so I can have it in hand when we go on sale, right? And so he sent me that, and he's like, there's something else in there. So I don't even know if he told me, but I about fell on the floor when I saw that. I was like, holy shit. Because, he knows I'm a big Dolphins fan, and that's where that all came from. F the Bills. Shout out to Stone. I just wish you guys would win a championship already. I don't know. It's like
we will.
No, not the regular season world championship. I'm talking about,
No, I know. Give us some time. We'll win one.
All right, another 50 years. We'll see what happens.
As long as I'm alive for it, I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Dolphins. I wasn't alive for ours last time. It was a long time ago. Yeah, guys, those are out there. Get them. Limit 1 per, because we do have replay gang, and we make what we think we're gonna move. Obviously, you make too many, you get sat with them forever. You make too few, you can't get them to everybody. So I hope everyone understands the sort of limited nature on this. It's not necessarily for hype. It's just, we kind of know our run rates. Like we're kind of dialing in on what that is. And we want to have sort of just in time or just enough sort of inventory for everybody. So.
Yeah, I would like to have exactly enough of everything.
Right. That's
what we shoot for.
That's definitely the dream.
Yo, Cody, none of these survived in person, right? Or did any?
Oh, you're gonna flash the
you're gonna
special there, huh?
Well, look, I mean, it goes with what I got on. But
the limited dish right there.
Freddy's about to break his laptop.
Yeah, it's the alt one. Look at that pairing.
Ooh, it's like the evening time too.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I mean, I got one of those cases from Coop, one of the Rhine cases. I'm gonna end up building the coral one, put it in the case, and then I'm gonna keep the alt one on ice.
Will that card fill the back of the Ryan case? Is that what you're talking about?
Someone posted in the Discord that like you have to do like a little modification. I think like either make it like a bit smaller, bit bigger to fit in there, but like you can make it work.
Shreddy already knew. He talks to the factory about Tyler figs. Go for
this
it.
This case, Tyler.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying would the card fit in there? Or no,
the card's too wide.
The backer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe maybe walk away collectible card next year.
There you go.
Who knows?
I mean, that would be an interesting thing to do, man. Like, and it could be done for. I mean, I guess I don't know fully, but like, it could be done. I would assume cheap enough. We're doing like a dozen or a half dozen every year. Like, doing like a collectible card thing of like the top 10 of every year to bring for the next year and have like a collection there. Like eventually fill up a binder and like just have like. Because I mean, shout out to like Lego Men 360, right? I mean, have you guys seen his that? Mm-hmm. It's like, I think it's all his previous mocks, I believe, right? Maybe it's some other people's mocks too, but I think it's all his where he has like those actual custom made cards. I think something like that where, even just like a Moretti's, like if we were to ever find who took that damn Moretti's picture, like even just like that Moretti's pick or something like on a little card, you know what I mean? Just like 10 times from the previous year put onto cards.
Yo, we got, 3 a.m. IHOP card for 2026. Yeah, we need to like write down these core memory. I like that idea. Like, so release 10 cards of things that happened the year before, the year after. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Shout out to Girl Bricks a lot, Nicole, real girthy. Got to have lunch with Nicole. We're always running different directions, but I got to spend, I think, a little more time with you this year than last year. Although we did shut it down one night last year, having 9,000 beers till 6 a.m. That was fun. Shout out to Brian O'Connor with the 2-piece. Thank you very much. Great to meet you, Sean and Brent. Way to hook up the figs. And we got a new channel member, Brian O'Connor. All right. Welcome aboard. Appreciate you.
Well, Sean, it's funny. I mean, me and Maul are pretty sure that the It's dude, that pic has got to be on her phone. I mean, she didn't she accidentally used her phone, man. It has to be on it, right? We would see it by now. Who would be gatekeeping that from us? I mean, everyone at that lunch was like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're in the Discord. We all talk. It's like, is someone? I really do. I mean, Sean, that's smart right there. I got a feeling to do. You're gonna drop that pic randomly in like 3 months from now, just to like shock drop us.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What was it?
The Moretti's pic.
Oh no, I don't have it. I swear.
I think 3 months from now you're gonna shock drop us.
No, I would. It's relevant now. I would post it. I want to. I still haven't asked Fritz, but it was somebody in the crew that handed the phone. It wasn't me.
Okay, but do you think it's the waitress's phone?
She took a picture of us with her own phone. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, we're all very attractive, but I don't think that's something she wanted to do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know whose phone it was. I think it is. I think it was Fritz or Cristo. Yeah. Who knows?
I'm going to shoot him a text right this second, man. I'm going to say.
Nicole, if you're still here, we had a Max from West Coast Bricks sighting. This was like the first time we've had all 4 of the OG ACOB members in the chat at once. Brent's here on a chat as well. The gatekeeping is crazy. We got to call the Rennie if we can't find it. Lightning Lore, what were you saying for this year's UGS? What does everybody want to see? It doesn't mean we're gonna do what we want Lego to do, which is listen to the feedback. But I'm curious what people want to see for next year's set, because we have ideas. Oh, Max, he's next year's Chase Fig. That would be interesting. We need him to come around though. We got a whole new crop of folks now. Let's see. Don't give Ostaf a reason to call the Rennie again, Mal. Yeah, that's true. Micro scale Rennie. Interesting. Micro scale Rennie with the boys in the front. Interesting.
There was a Rennie mock this year. There was also a fold concert mock, and there was a couple of people notably absent from that fold mock from the concert last year. But I don't know. Maybe they need to be.
I met that person
educated.
and I looked at it and I told them what we were doing, and they were like, "Cool." I was like, "Yeah, but if you're that,"
they didn't care.
I was like, "If you're that big of a fan of the fold to make a mock of them, sir, we performed with them, so your mock is now not." He kind of gave me a little bit of a blow off,
sir.
I mean, he acted like I told him like they sold sodas in the soda machine when I told him that. I go, "Oh, that's wild, dude, because you could combine. Look at this." And he's like, "Huh." Anyway, chicken sandwich. So he didn't give a shit. Shout out to that guy. It's like the time I went to. Who's from Penn? Is one of you guys from Pennsylvania? Is that you, Stone? You from PA?
Nope.
No. So there's a town in Pennsylvania called Hummelstown, right? Surprise, that's my last name. It's not like it's hidden. Anyway, I stop off there because there's a town named after my last name. It's wild. My name's not the rarest, but you don't hear it all the time. So anyways, I stop by and I go to the town hall there or whatever. And it's just like, Main Street, USA, like 6 buildings or whatever. It's a little tiny dinky downtown, but they did have like a town hall and they had some gift shops and stuff. And so I went in there and I was just like, I gotta get like a commemorative tee. I gotta get a bumper sticker or whatever they got. They gotta have something with their little town on it, right? And the gift shop didn't have anything, and the restaurant didn't have anything, and whatever. So I go to the town, whatever. What did I say? Town Square, whatever the hell it's called, City Hall, and the police station is in there. And so I'm like, "Do you guys have anything with Hummelstown on it whatsoever?" And she's just dead look. I go, "Because here's the thing, my last name is Hummel, and that'd be so awesome if you guys had something like that." And she's like, and I thought the enthusiasm would carry over. I'm like, how rare is it? I'm driving down the road and my name that's not exactly normal or out there. It's not Smith. I'm like, "Do you have anything?" And she looked at me like I was like the biggest moron. Turns out, I went to another shop at the end before we left, and they had old postcard. So I finally got my item. So I was like, "Screw you guys! I got my Hummelstown postcard." But it was the same reaction. I tell that story to say that this guy didn't give a shit that we had a set of the fold like at all.
Well, Sean, CP brought up a good
like
point.
anyone knows with this story that went on too long, but it was very similar. How I was like, they're gonna be so stoked that my name's Hummel, and they're like, "I don't care."
Well, Sean, which one's better, Schonberg or Hummelstown?
Schonberg's funnier. So that's the winner always, whatever's funnier. Turns out Sean had to get arrested to get an official memento. Yeah, pretty much. Sean's flip-flops as a G-dub. That could be interesting. Dude, I was talking about making like Rennie slippers. How cool would that be?
Like that are like actually.
Would you buy Rennie slides to wear around?
I would. Or slide. I'm wearing slides right now.
Oh man.
I would only buy Rennie Birkenstocks. That's all I'd buy.
Oh yeah, as long as they're comfortable.
Let's see.
There we go.
Birkenstocks, sick. Yeah, there it is.
Another big event that took place on Saturday afternoon was the Lego Star Wars panel. That was me, Tyler, Brent, and Fritz with the TOT gang out there. And what did you think of that experience there, Stone? I mean, that came together pretty quickly. I think a week before, a week or two before, we had heard Ryan wasn't going to be able to make it with some prior commitments. So I was like, let's pull together a lineup, and you were down pretty quickly to do that.
Yeah, I didn't mind. It's pretty easy. Just like chopping it up there.
There it is. There's the crew. Got the flops on, the big legs hanging out.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's the look, man.
So, that was fun. We put together. Shout out to Matty Ice. I mean, I kind of gave him the rundown. I put together a very professional PowerPoint for everybody, and with some relevant topics. Kind of did a state of Lego Star Wars 2025. Tyler, you got in the pocket a few times there. I mean, it was you seem very comfortable up there. I got a text from you where I felt like you were trying to back out earlier in the day. Can you confirm that?
Well, I'm going to be totally frank with you. When it was just, after Ryan wasn't going to go, and it just ended up, at least from my knowledge, it was going to literally just be me up there. Yes, I mean there was plenty of times where I'm like, I might call in sick that day, but no, I mean the second that you said there was going to be a couple other people on there, like. Look, knowing what I know now,
rope in squadron, get anybody up there.
Well, knowing what I know now, I mean, I think I could have done the hour myself. Like, I just didn't know that I was gonna be so confident once I got going, compared to last year. But I just think even in general, just having 2 or 3 other people at least, just to bounce off of a little bit on the fact of, split up. We end up being up there for like an hour and a half almost, like. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Like I the nervousness of, I guess, being alone, but also just like no one to bounce off of all too much. But I think we all did good. I mean, I think that ended up, being a solid panel. From what I saw, I mean, which is a good thing. I mean, after the initial hour was up and we kind of said, hey, there's nothing after if you guys want to stay for the rest. I mean, I saw maybe 5 or 6 people walk out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But like, we held that core crowd that was there for a full 90, and it's like, I think. That's due to us. I think we did a good job. You know what I mean? I think it was good.
It was definitely fun. Stone had a few definite heater comments there, drawing cheers and laughter from the crowd.
I just say like one sentence.
Yeah, just really loudly in your Stone way. We were like, if you were I forget what the question was, but when you answered Dex Diner, like everybody went nuts. I don't know if it was what set you want made or whatever. You're like, Dex's Diner, that's it. That's all I'd want.
True, that's legit all I'd want.
I truly do wish we filmed. Of course, like TPC did the TOT. You know what I mean? Like with the.
Yeah, I thought that was just being filmed, but I don't know.
But even then, I wish there was just like a perspective of like a professional camera, like in the corner. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know, but like, because I mean, there was times in there. I mean, just. Was I going to upload it per se? No, but like I think it would have been nice to have a little backlog of, an HD.
Told me.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at Shy. Was it that
Shy going to his own takes?
He would have put like a 10 cam setup in there and got right up in your grill. No, but I think look, I think that was the proper debut, Tyler. I mean, the one me, you, and Ryan did last year was wild. We just walked in, there was nothing.
I know, dude. Like the sitting
no
between,
microphone
like,
Shy last year. Me, Tyler, and Ryan roll up in this room. Oh, who else was there? JB.
Yeah, JB. Yeah.
Was that it? Was it us four? Yeah.
Yeah, it was us. Yeah, us four.
And there was like just nothing, no script, no nothing.
And we were standing. I mean, the difference between sitting and standing is just like.
You had a presentation in the background. I mean, I was generally impressed.
No, I'm talking about last year. There was.
I'm talking about this year, though, in comparison to last year.
Yeah, last year was a car crash. So I think. That's something to build from. And then Stone, I was saying, man, like, I was talking with you and Ice and Goon, but it's like I want to run that for public, but I was just thinking, man, it'd be cool as a late night event too. You know what I mean? Where we could just kind of get down a little more. Like everybody did fine, but like I know for me in particular, it was kind of, I mean, I was kind of hosting and tossing it around, but I don't know. There was something where I was like, I feel like you and a few others really got like their personality to shine through, and others wasn't the same. I don't know how else to explain it. And I'm the biggest critic of myself. Like I didn't like my performance there. Yeah. I just didn't like it. But again, being sort of the guy who is moderating is different. You know what I mean? So, But that being said, I'm like, man, if we were up there, I just couldn't help but picture, like, given the personnel on the stage, if we did that same thing, but we're like cranking some beers and it was like a darker room, and you know, I don't know. I feel like an after dark version of that would have been nuts.
I will say this much: it's a little hard for me to agree with that in the fact of like doing a swap on it, because like I have like a conflict right there of like afterwards. It was ironic, you know what I mean? But like, again, it's like a conflict in like how we're talking about this now, because there was 3 different people that came up to me, like which ironically, one of them was the that girl that won the Dark Falcon. She came up.
Shout out to her. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, shout out to her. Yeah, she came up with her mom, and then there was 2 additional people all throughout like that last like 10 minutes we were in there that like all kind of like specifically kind of like, I don't know, they brought up like thanks, like to me personally, but like it makes me fear like if we're up there drunk that I wouldn't be like this, let alone all of us. Like,
no,
yeah, like I'm not cussing 24/7. Like
I'm thinking, just
it would have to be something separate, in my opinion, at least. Like to fully swap that out. I don't know. Yeah, there's a little bit of conflict.
I think I did say at the outset. I said I think there could be 2 versions. There's the public day version, and then there's the after dark version, which is maybe on. Shout out to A Falls After Dark. I mean, I don't know what happened to that show, but I like that name. You know, like it's so like maybe it's the Lego Star Wars panel, and I guess Bubba came and I didn't see him. Anyway, but
every time they ask a question, they have to bring a beer or something.
Yeah, that's the exchange rate. You know?
One question answered.
Yeah, CPA is right. An 18 plus, 21 plus event after hours version. You know what I mean? And I think that's something we could put together on a private night, Stone, like a Wednesday, Thursday night, non-public. Just, I mean, it would probably just turn out to all of us hanging out with each other anyway. I mean, I guess we kind of do that at the broadcast booth anyway.
Was there no social mixer like in the beginning?
For the whole convention itself?
Yeah. Because I remember last year
there is. Yeah,
we shut it down. Like if you were there Wednesday evening and
they pretty much kind of forced people to go.
They forced people into a room and there was alcohol to kind of intermingle. Like I didn't remember seeing anything like that this year.
I know they did the beer thing this year.
Yeah, they had the beer thing. I think every year.
So the beer thing is cool. It's like we didn't do it, but it was basically you bring a sixer from your region, some kind of local brewery, and then you just kind of go around and swap 5 or whatever, swap all 6 of them out and trade them for other ones. I think that's a cool idea.
The funniest thing about that mixer, I'll never forget it, since we were all talking about it right after.
I've never been to the mixer.
Well, it was just, it was literally like, it was supposed to be like, I'm not saying this happened with everyone, but like, there was still some degree for 90% of the time, as much as they had us go in there to like talk to other people, like it was still clear as day. You know what I mean? The pockets of 6 to 10 people that like were already hanging out beforehand were still the ones just talking in that mixer room too.
Just migrating to location.
That reminds me of like in college or wherever in life, it was like, I had the likes to go out guy just like constantly every night. He's like, oh, we got to go out every night. Everybody knows somebody or knew somebody like that. Stone and Tyler, you guys are more in that age demo now, but like, I was just like, dude, all it's going to happen is we're all going to just sit there and talk to each other anyway. And we're talking about a place where you're not picking up late, just like a bar that's just like, whatever, just a homie hangout. There's no chance of whatever. And so I was like, dude, why don't we just like do home beers and not do $5 to $6 a beer and just do it at home? Because we're just going to hang out with each other anyway. Like why all the extra spend, So that is funny. They forced everybody in there, and then everybody ended up hanging out with their own crew anyway. So it just reminds me that I'm like, we're just gonna sit here and talk to each other anyway. Why do we have to go out for that? The same thing. But yeah, I just to round off the panel. Like again, I like that we put the line in the stand. I feel like it was, it was not the marquee event that Shy got to host, because he got to show off some hot freshies along with CPA. Well, how was your experience with that, man? The Bricklink designer, but that was a big deal, man.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, again, it's CPA's thing. I'm here to back him up. He definitely had the mindset of like what it should be. It kind of sucks it didn't turn out the way it was supposed to be, because we didn't even get to rehearse. Like we were supposed to have like time to kind of play with the tech that was going to be there, or that they wanted to use.
Was there some tech diffs I heard?
Yeah, there was some Yeah, so we were supposed to rehearse. There was this whole thing we were supposed to do, and we weren't able to do it because the Ninjago thing went too long. And then so we were just kind of winging it that day. So whenever there was a lull in in the vibe, we just threw out free stuff and got people all rowdied up. So that was pretty much the screaming that you saw the entire time. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was dope. I really want to know what more people thought about that than myself, because I had fun doing it. So thanks again, CPA, for that.
The one thing that pissed me off about that event, man, is you guys did not reveal that one of the finalists was that big dragon. The black dragon that has not won for like 6 things in a row.
Oh yeah, well I mean
that's the one thing that pissed me off, man. Is that one of the
no control over that?
I know.
He's one of the dragon.
Yo, Sean, real quick, I gotta dip real quick. I gotta go to my girlfriend's place.
I mean, that's certainly more important than hanging out and just talking to the guys, like I mentioned before, you know. So, yeah.
No, you're good. She like called me and I like faded it, and she's like, "I made you food. I made you food an hour ago. You're gonna come eat it?" And I was like, "Yeah."
You got to go do that.
All
right, before you roll, Stone, any parting thoughts? Will you, in fact, be booking your ticket for Brickworld 26, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I went to Brickworld wanting the Lunar limo, which I had as a kid, but it's just like in bins.
Do you have your pickups real quick? Or if they're not right there, it's fine.
Nah, there's one like right here. There's like a bunch of stuff I got, but I put a D for Diddy on it. I like customized it a little bit.
Damn, bro, that's a dope set. I didn't realize it was that big.
In the back, he's got some sugar, and then he's got like a cane, old fashioned, and a pimp cape, and then I made like custom gold chair.
Nice.
Got some like drinks in there.
This is the first and only official Lego pimp release from what
And then I took away the windows because it looks better just black. Kind of looks like a Batmobile.
Now, did you work on getting the skis? Is that something we're gonna get later? Remember we
talked about I got skis in my they're in my bin somewhere. Oh yeah, then I got this. These are like, I mean, I got some like other figs, but like these are like the shorts really hiked up there. Boxers probably coming through. And then we got, I feel.
Put your hand behind it.
We got the method. You're probably right.
Yeah, there you go.
I bought my fingernails, whatever, chat. Yeah, TC14. Cop that because that's like needed that.
That was the freshie, right? You bought that sealed.
Yeah, I like opened it right away.
Yeah. That was you had your list. Matty Ice did well as well. He had a little Apple note said Brickworld Cops, and he was able to secure everything, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I literally had both of those in my notes like 3 months ago, and then got them by Friday.
I mean, that's a rarity that you got. I mean, Tyler I'm definitely not familiar with that set, and you know, I'm glad you were. Now you went in, you got that at the yard sale, right?
Yeah, I got it for like 65, something like that.
Nice.
It's pretty steal. But anyways, hey, thanks for having me on. I'm gonna be at Brickworld Chicago 2026. Probably won't be at any other convention till then, just because that's the only one you need to go to. When are we at the Winnie? Nah, I'm done with that. I had a headache after just using that voice like the whole weekend.
I thought it was fun. All right, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Go get you some dinner. Enjoy.
I will. Get dinner and dessert.
Later.
All right, peace.
There he is. And as he departs, if anyone else has to roll, let me know. But here we go. The CBO, the Chief Brick Officer, having a beverage. I don't know if you're recovered yet, Mark. I usually give you a little grace period. No, he hasn't recovered.
No, I am not.
I've checked in with you via text, I think once or twice, just to update you on a few things. But
did you? I was trying to leave you alone. I had a couple things I had to ask you about. I'm like, Sean's probably tired too after everything he's been through.
I mean, we just did a quick 1-2 buckle my shoe. Nothing. We haven't had our full debrief. We'll do that. But how you doing, man? I'm doing great, actually. I'm doing much better than I did last year. I'll tell you that much right now. Yeah. Last year it took me a good, I don't know, 2-3 weeks to recover from Brickworld. I've already been doing work on Brickworld Chicago 2026. I went out with friends on Tuesday night. Like,
very, very different experience this year for me.
You're not allowed to have like a night to yourself after that for at least a month. What's going on with you, man?
Exactly.
No, I don't. I mean, Mark, you hear it's probably hard for you because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
Go for it. Go for it. Probably better you than me right now.
Well, I know. I mean, I tell it like it is, but everybody probably generally every year says, "What a great event!" Da, 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 for the most part. But I think you have a filter to know when, like, I don't know if mean it is the word, but like where it's different, where it's like you could tell the enthusiasm is just even amped up. And for me this year, I mean, people were. Every year it's great. Everybody had a good time, but this year it just felt extra special. I know they're all special in their own way, but I really do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, and it's like my biggest fear is that we're not going to get that some year. That something's going to happen, that like that energy somehow ebbs, and people are upset about something, and it just doesn't have the magic. And I'm blessed to have this every year that people still enjoy it. People are still looking forward to it. People call it the best show that they've had year after year in a row. And again, we've talked a lot about this. Whenever I have a microphone, I say it's because that we have it set up in this organic way, that the schedule is set by the people who are attending, for the people who are attending, and that we don't do a lot of the planning for the schedule itself. And so that's how we're trying to make it an organic, a full experience. And so hopefully that continues, and hopefully that keeps bringing that energy back. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate that feedback and everybody being there, and everyone's undying support. But really, it's like it's just the people being there. Like just the simple fact that we keep the hall open 24/7, which is insane. But like we've got the support to be able to do it. If you followed my YouTube channel. You can see the time lapse of the entire weekend.
Yeah, that was cool.
We used that. Fascinating.
I clipped that and put it in our thumbnail tonight. I took a screenshot of it.
Nice.
Of the hall itself. So yeah. No, it's just it's crazy, man. Just like the whole build, going in there completely empty
it's bonkers
on Monday. You're already starting to run around. I know to get you like earlier in the week. I mean, I feel like post Wednesday, it was all very like I just bumping you in the hall. It's kind of the routine we've settled in because your team has it and they know what they're doing and all that. And so it's really cool.
I don't think people like when you say like when you talk about like you have a 52-week live stream, you have a 52-week hype stream for Brickworld.
Starts tonight, Mark.
Is basically what ACOB is, right? And when we say that like you are coordinating the content creators and that you're part of it, that you're the official host, you're XYZ, I don't think people realize how much you and I are on the phone together or finding each other or doing this or that together because nobody else sees me there.
Right.
Like you, Sean Hummel, are like, yeah, you sure did. We saw each other for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yep.
Shai, that was awesome. Shai, that was really special.
That was definitely a memorable experience.
You're like, I won't take too much of your time. I'm like, no, I'm going to take a break here, and we're gonna do as much as we can. I
did notice. I mean, slightly more. You did pause a bit to enjoy. Not necessarily at night either. Like during the day, you would just take a moment to yourself, and I'm sure. Might have been from your doctor or therapist who was like, you need to chill for a minute.
No, it's something that
it was a self-imposed, but like, yeah, sometimes I saw you. I'm not going to tell everyone where your secret hiding spot is, but I saw you in that secret hiding spot like more times this year than ever. And I thought that was good. You were just, I don't know.
It was fantastic. And it is because like, and I'm trying to do this for me and my staff together so that we can all like, we can all enjoy the show more instead of sitting behind the scenes, instead of being stuck in the offices. It's like we don't want to see these offices. My mom, how many of you on this panel met my mom? None of you? Oh, she must
know if I knew she was there, man. I was probably
content creator corner. So she was one of our high. What's that? I
was probably dashing somewhere else.
Right. She was one of our hype coordinators this year, and her job was just to make sure that people were having a good time. People understood the schedule. People, if they needed help with the app, she'd help them download it, update it, XYZ. And we used to have her do all the finance stuff and all the numbers during the show, and she was just stuck in my office area the entire weekend. And so she was sitting in this you saw where I was at, Sean. I call it it's off of the general show offices. It's in a very hidden place. I have to go and be able to hide when I need to. And so but if you were in that room, Sean, it looks like an elementary school nurse's office.
Yeah.
It's miserable. There's nothing fun about it.
It's quiet and the AC was banging,
Yeah.
So that's what I know.
It sure was.
No, but a lot of people did meet her here in the Girth Gang. They were saying she was wonderful, and she didn't immediately come out and say who she was. It took time to figure out. She's not like my kid's running this.
Someone called me Mark's mom's kid.
Yeah, Mark's mom's kid. There you go. She was,
but the point was getting her out of that back office entirely so that she can enjoy the show and do.
How wholesome is this? Her and CPA bonded over being accountants. Look at that.
I wondered if you guys would meet. I 100% wondered if you guys had crossed each other's paths. But so many people came up to me and said, "I met your mom." So many people came up and just complimented the staff. I said during keynote, "Please thank my staff when you see them," and so many people did. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that because they keep me alive. They keep the show alive. I cannot do it by myself. People give me credit for I run the show. I don't. I really don't. I delegate the running of the show.
I feel you though on walking the line between coordinating and again the things that I work with you on are not nearly as much as some of your other team members, but I do try to ride the line to also be in it, but then also I think around Wednesday I'm today's a work day. That's why I had to explain it to my wife. I'm I need to get in a couple days early where I can just be and hang because there's really till the hall's open there's just whatever, there's not too terrible much outside of setting up our gear, and that happens on Wednesdays, right? So
but the thing about you, Sean, is you pick up on everything, and so you have your fingers in everything, so you're not just sitting there with content creators. You're letting me know whatever you pick up on, and that's fantastic.
I feel like it's like eyes and ears. I'm noticing something, and I'm usually, I think I have a pretty decent filter, especially with you on what you need to know about and when.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
So
I love the texts I get from you that are sorry I have to bother you with this right now. I actually Stud Lake. I ran into you a lot more than I do normally.
Especially early. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was great to see you there and look in your eyes and actually see the person that I see on screen all the time. I thought that was awesome. It was nice to have you part of the show. Shy, of course, you and I had a long session together. Tyler, I'm very, very happy that you're able to continue to be part of the brand. You hype us maybe only second to Sean, and I appreciate that a ton.
Yeah, it's an entire year of hype. It's the greatest week of the year. And I've been going since 2013 in the sense of back when I was just going on public days, and then started going the whole weekend in 2017, and just to see what it's turned into. It's just hype doesn't explain it. It's you gotta just until you experience one time. That's the thing. I just feel you can't truly give an opinion until you're there one time, and then it's 95% chance or 99% chance it is a good week for on the 1% chance maybe it's not what you thought. Then don't go. But everyone needs to try it once, and I'm willing to bet 99% of people once they go once they want to go another 10 times.
And I did not realize that you were an E to C. You're an expo to convention. My favorite question to ask during opening ceremonies is stand up if you started as a public expo guest and ended up being a fully badged attendee and now part of the A full community. The amount of people that stand up for that is fantastic. That's what we're going for.
Yeah. I went from 5 hours on a Saturday to Monday now. Over a decade.
I love that.
No,
idea you were part of that group.
Tyler, he's definitely he's right. I'd say the same as far as hype. He just really pines and hopes that the next one beats the last one. He puts a lot of pressure on himself and quite frankly all of us to deliver an acceptable Brickworld for.
I get that.
Mainly I want it to be good for Tyler, I'll be honest with you. Really.
So Sean, we need to add this to your list of acronyms. E to C.
E to C.
Expo convention. Yeah.
No, I love that. It's a big converge.
It is.
and we haven't talked mega shop, but I was like, no further comment needed, Mark. But I remember on one of our things very briefly, I'm like, how's the box office, boss? You're like, it's very good. I'm like, all right, good. I'm moving on, because it felt thick in that moment, and I was doing something else. What's another funny moment? Right before the Star Wars panel was starting in 15 minutes, and I run into you in a near collision in the hall. I said, Mark, do we have the Star Wars stuff? You go, shit. And I was like, I just need something for a giveaway. You hand me the card. I go out to the hall, buy a Dark Falcon, and get back to start the panel in 6 minutes.
And I'm on the mic announcing that there's going to be a free giveaway.
Yes. And that's just something that,
we can think about that stuff earlier next year.
No, I know. Well, what happened was I just noticed. First of all, our panel was not sponsored by Lega, so the difference is they brought a bajillion. Shout out to Shy, Bricklink Designer Program and CPA and all our friends there, and they brought a bazillion sets, and so did Ninjago. They had the polys and the make and takes and this and that, and I was just like, oh shit. And you and I had talked about getting some boys to throw out or whatever, but I was like, you know what, let's just do one main event item, and you agreed, and I was like, okay, I need something around this, and where can I get it? Oh crap, I don't want to pay resale on it, and luckily they had a Falcon for retail, so I was like,
and initially the plan was to send you off to Costco or Walmart.
I had no time, right?
Exactly. Who does? I certainly did. And buy a pallet of boys.
So we did talk about the palette of boys, and we just didn't put it together. So, but anyway, it was
clear. Like, your panel was supposed to be sponsored by Lega, and the way we played.
Tell them what it was going to be, Mark.
It was going to be the Mandalorian Battle Pack, and then the new one, the Dark Trooper Battle Pack.
We're going to have a ton of
Death Trooper,
Death Trooper and Night Trooper Battle Pack,
and they dropped both on us because of the stock that they had, and so they replaced it with a bunch of stuff. Which actually
but it wasn't Star Wars stuff.
None of it.
Which, by the way, that is why that happened, by the way, because he told me it wasn't happening at some point, and then we'd do a pickup or something, and it just I mean, this was different for me because I had no equipment. I mean, it was whatever. My head was spinning that day.
Well, we got it now. I have it in my audio cabinet. It's now part of the show. It'll always be there for you no matter where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And I saved those lights too in case we need them, so I did not return them.
Okay.
They're on.
You might not always have Chris
studio because they're working.
Well, I told you about that. I was like, I kept them sealed just in case, but you're like, Chris may not be there, for example. And shout out, by the way, Chris, man, what a life.
No shit. Everyone dropped dubs in the chat for Chris Irely.
All the production. Yeah.
Oh my God, he stepped into that role this year for the first time. He's always advised me, but I was like, hey, can you map this out for me? He's like, let me take a. No, I will not map it out for you. I will map it out for myself, and I'm going to step into this and make sure that everyone on your logistics team knows how to do it. We also had to do some, there's a learning curve for people who haven't done this live.
Yeah.
And so he stepped in with every person who hadn't done live before and just said, "What do you need? I know how to do it."
That was awesome. And
genius guy.
The whole "it takes a village" thing. I mean, Shy was there with equipment. PNG was just like god tier with the equipment. Everybody had everything. My mom was a goat. She sent me a new board. Now Mark has a new board. Like everything just fell into place. It was really cool. Chase, did you give Ryan permission slip to stream? No. I think he's doing a live build still over there. No slips needed, man. It's Ryan.
Bro, being able to throw battle packs into the crowd next year would be bananas.
Yeah. Well, and I still want to have the world's largest assembly of box of boys in one room, and I think we could tie that in together. I think that
100%. Oh, and let's set it in stone now.
I know, Chase. I know you're kidding, man. I took it as a joke, but I'm like, even on a serious note, though, like, yeah, it's Ryan, man. Do it, Yeah. And I would have asked him on here, but he wasn't able to make it, So.
Damn it! Shy has his Dodgers hat on.
Well, okay, hold on.
I only because I don't have my Sox jersey readily available. It's at the dry cleaner. I dry clean that shit. It's
both of them do, Mark.
It's like the most expensive article of clothing I own. And by the way, it was stealthier than my stealth outfit last year. The Sox jersey.
I saw you one time in stealth mode this year. Okay, talk to us about that. You kind of popped in and popped out on that. What did you think of that set release part? I think it was a lot bigger than the last one.
Jesus Christ, that was fun. I was there for maybe 5 minutes, and it was like one of the highlights of my weekend, just because it was so fun, and people just walked directly up to me and just handed me a pen, and I was like, I'm signing what? And then I remembered I was in the set.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, okay.
You were running from one thing to another, so was Duck. So I mean, to get the whatever it is, the quadruple crown on that, it was tough.
I felt so bad because there was like a there was some Brickworld back office fire that lit during the end of it, and there was a line of people waiting for my signature, and I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I would have signed all weekend. Nobody came back up to me. I should have kept a silver pen in my pocket in case they could find me. But it's not easy to find me there.
That's why you're stealth Mark. I mean, that's kind of the
we're working on changing that.
The spirit of the thing.
Yeah, but like the whole thing is like people create space for me all the time to be like, go out on the floor and create relationships, and I'm like, but you're in a quagmire right now, and I'm not going to leave you with this. I'm going to help you with this. So that's kind of the thing we need is to bolster my staff so that they're not alone. Not that they're alone, but that like they're not so bogged down with stuff to do. I'm not going to leave them in that sort of thing, and they're trying to encourage me to do so. But I'm like, the show will survive without me on the floor. I need to be here to support them. That's my priority. Beard Brickman, can't wait to meet him next year.
Yeah, he's coming through all the way from across the Atlantic, which is going to be interesting. To fist bump Tyler.
The big ass.
This was earlier. We're kind of spacing him out a little bit. Good day, boys. Best day of the week. Give us the Rennie to really refresh the experience. 31 Australian doll hairs, which is probably like 75,000 US.
I don't think he's going to cross the Atlantic. I think he's going to cross the Pacific.
That's the joke, Mark.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it was a joke. Sorry.
Tyler asked him to give him a fist bump over the Atlantic when he came on.
Tyler and geography. No more.
That was also the dinosaur episode. That was the most unhinged Tyler episode of all time.
I was there.
I'm glad Mark's here to see the Rennie, a place very special to us. And then after that, we'll do
real quick.
Go ahead.
Before you play this, my event manager said, like, I see a lot of T-shirts that say the Rennie, and I was like, that's you. Like you're Lego famous now. They've got a song written about you and your staff. I'm like, I told them, I was like,
oh, the Renaissance staff saw it.
Yes, our event managers who know me know me for years, and I was like, so that's you, because it has like the they recognize the building.
Well, yeah,
it's
gigantic.
Like, so
back on the street.
Our location. I was like, yeah. So there's a song. There are a couple influencers who have asked me if you can be on their show. I've told them no. I've told them that I've asked you and said no, but I haven't asked them because they are not the type of people who would want to be on this sort of thing, and they probably wouldn't be able to get like I'm like, but just to let you know, any one of our event managers is a celebrity here. There was one that was new this year that I called to say, like, I need security to go to my staff member's hotel room and make sure she's okay until the ambulance gets here. Because one of my staff members had a medical emergency, and she was this was Thursday, and she was taken to the hospital and needed a series of tests.
Doing okay?
Yes.
Probably shouldn't ask you on there, but
yeah, no, but she's doing much better. She's out of the immediate danger she was in. Got a number of tests. We're getting answers as we go. And she will tell people as she's ready to tell what's actually happening. But here's how the conversation went. I called him. I called the manager on duty line, and I was like, can you get security to go to her room? Because we're all freaking busy. And I'm like, I haven't heard from her since she told us she needed an ambulance. And he goes, did anyone call an ambulance? I said, I don't know. And he goes, I'm going to call an ambulance right now. And I'm like, can you go to her room? And he's like, are you unable to assist her? And I said, I'm naked. So I didn't realize I said that until I talked to him later, but I was cutting my hair. And I don't want to on my clothes. And I shaved my head on Ostif's St. Jude stream. So I was just making sure it looked good for keynote. And so I was naked and covered in hair and hadn't gotten in the shower yet. And I was like, can you just send somebody? And he did. And he got a hold of our staff and found my mom to go down to Nicole, she's a mom. So she like sat on the bed with Nicole and like let her like put her head on on her chest and like stayed with her until the ambulance got there. Like you said, it takes a village. Jesus Christ, how did we get to this? What was my point?
I don't know. We were talking about the Rennie, and then
the Rennie's badass. That's
we say it all goes down at the Rennie. I mean, those things included medical.
You were saying your new manager. Shout out to him.
Yes,
they recognize the Rennie. Well, so we did Mark get thrown out. I don't know if we were on, but we got thrown out of the section immediately behind check-in. Gently thrown out.
On the other side of the wall. You know that little
thrown out because we were being loud. And so Maul, you met Maul's Vengeance.
I did. He's awesome.
He had the bright idea to point out the shirt at the night manager and said, like, this is here. We did this for you. Is it cool if we hang here or whatever it was? We all had beers at the time. But it was really funny that he tried to get us out of the pickle with his T-shirt.
That's amazing.
And then the guy inquired about buying one, which I think was fake, but I still liked hearing him say it. You know what I mean?
So that was my point. Even like the new managers who just met us, they have a high level of respect for the show because we've always treated them well, and everyone there always treats them well, and that like keeping that going is very key to keeping this event going. And
sticking with the earworm and shouting out Brickmaster Harry as well. He could not get the song out of his head the whole week. Well, we just had a super come through for it, so you get to hear it again. Here's the Rennie. After that, we'll get into Brickworld pickups. Yeah.
You put beers in your mouth at the Rennie. Them can meet your future spouse at the Rennie. You can boy all night at the Rennie. Buy or set you like at the Rennie. It all goes down at the Rennie. If you stay another place, you offend me. Them other hotels at the Rennie. The Rennie is the Rennie is the Rennie. The Rennie is the Rennie.
There it is, the Rennie. Yeah. That building has like mythical status. It's like like equal parts to me as Brickworld, even though I spend no time in the Rennie, pretty much, if you think about it.
Right. We should there's times
4 hours a night. That's what I get, maybe.
I need to get this from my room, but it takes too long to get back up there. Even though it's all attached. So it's like I can't leave the floor.
Yeah, I think at one point I'm like, I need one of you young dudes. I need a runner. I can't go over there again.
Well, I think for next year, because there were 4 floors that were being.
Can we get a slide or something from like the 16th floor, like a little curly, slide all the way to the show floor?
That'd be right. Cool. A water slide. I'd appreciate
water slide.
So next year's hotel room blocks we should be able to expand more than we were able to this year because there were 4 floors that were being refurbished, like updated.
Only thing it's not even a complaint, Mark, but obviously everybody wants to be in the Rennie.
I do not like the room updates. My humble opinion. I don't like the new.
Same.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks for letting me see it.
It smelled like paint.
Even beyond that, it doesn't look like the Rennie anymore. I mean, it's not the Rennie that I'm used to.
It was still Rennie.
It looks like a Comfort Inn or something.
Hey, I do have one beef. My Banyo TV was not functional. It was very upsetting. I don't even watch it, by the way. I just
wanted to turn on when you turn on a switch. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like I need it to come on to basic access cable for 10 seconds. I look at it and then I turn it off and never use it again. I did not have that experience this year.
I was in the hotel with Brick Dad Builds, Chris Meeker. He was helping me.
Brick Dad Builds. He was very helpful this week.
Oh, he's amazing. Yep. He was and he walked up to me with the cart and he's like, "We're going up to your hotel room. We're getting your display. Otherwise, it's never going to go up." So he went up to my hotel room 2 trips, but we were talking in the elevator, and he leaned on the keypad all 4 times up and down in those 2 trips, and he happened to hit somehow. His body is shaped to lean on this, and hit all of the levels that were being refurbished. And so I know damn well there were 4.
Oh,
wow. Because we kept getting the elevator door would open and there'd be
we'll have more capacity. That's good.
Yeah.
We drilled down
because from the outside, like I think the 13th floor or what would be the 14th floor, I guess, was like just completely like on and all those shades were open. So you can see from the outside which ones were being like,
yeah, I was staying on the 15th floor, so every morning I can hear them working on the rooms of the 15th floor.
Yeah, what about that fire alarm that went off on Saturday
During
morning?
low sensory or hours during Sunday morning. So what that was their security system tripped a breaker. So they had to reset the entire thing to make sure it worked in case there was a fire. And so it just happened to occur during low sensory hours.
Yeah, I think I woke up
now, Mark, we will have information about the on sale soon, so stay tuned for that. We'll do a
hey, and save the date. Next year's dates are June 17th to 21st.
there you go.
There you go. Later in the month, we get an extra week this year.
There you go. But as far as the
all those people on my stream who do the hashtag 2 more weeks thing, hashtag 1 more week. You actually have an extra week to prepare for Brickworld this year.
But as far as the on sale, maybe we don't release information on that, but it'll probably be around the same window as last year, I think.
Possibly Ocho.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a clue. So that's the number one question I get asked. I get DM'd just running through the hall. I mean, people currently there. How do I get this locked down for next year? You know,
I'd say Maso Media Ocho.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So we'll definitely be there for a hype stream on that one. Yep.
What's up, Tyler?
Is there? So we were trying to figure it out early in the week. I mean, is there not a rooftop bar at the Rennie?
No, there's not.
Then how we heard that from something, dude, and like we were like literally on the 16th floor trying to find like a secret entrance up to the roof, but like there's not. Like, so I don't know who told us that, but
there's a concierge level restaurant. I know that
there is. There's that. That there is an event level on the 17th. And no, we do not have access to it, and I don't want to talk about costs. You know what we do have that we haven't utilized in years, which we should have this last weekend, is the back terrace. That's where the Sunday night party used to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you ever use that?
I think because people are so used to the lobby, because during the week that so much more happens now. There's so many more people there, and there's like impromptu garage sales and like hangouts and stuff that happens in the lobby. That Sunday night, people just go to the lobby. But if we could just walk about 200 yards away out the back doors, especially this weekend, the weather was perfect. In previous years, we've had thunderstorms on Sunday nights. We've had 97 degrees and humidity. But this was the perfect weekend to utilize the back terrace. We didn't, and that's fine.
But it was closed because of the construction across.
It was open because so the other thing that's fun about Brickworld Chicago is the Renaissance does a customer appreciation night on the same week every year, and it does happen to coincide with our show. So about halfway through Saturday, I always get a text from the event managers that are like, "Hey, customer appreciation night is here. Send your staff and your coordinators. Our toy world is here. Hey."
Richie, I didn't see it. He usually pops through for like a casual one.
But anyway, yeah, it was definitely open.
Mark knows about those lobby. He knows about it. Yeah, it doesn't even need to be read out. He knows.
I will say this as well to anybody who was at the Sunday night lobby hangout. I just again the Sox jersey and the position I put myself in. I put myself at a couch facing north. And if the walkway behind all the couches is to the south, I only had a few interruptions from the people I wanted to hang out with. Not that I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I'm trying to avoid the people who want to talk business, because Sunday night is not business time. But I had the best hangouts. If you talk to me on Sunday night, I wanted to talk to you, and I'm so grateful for the people who are like chill and just want to like hang out and like talk to me as a person and not talk Brickworld business. So Sunday night was the best Sunday night I've had since I owned the business. So if you talk to me on Sunday night, thank you. You know, I talked to a lot was Girl Bricks a lot.
Shout out Nicole.
Yeah.
All right, Brickworld pickups. This is always an exciting thing for a lot of folks. They like getting the stuff while they're there. I think, Mark, you're seeing an even more explosion in that culture this year. It just continues to progress. There were more impromptu garage sales, brands doing stuff. I suspect, there'll be other sort of merch drops potentially in the future. I've had people indicate they want to try those things. So, I mean, I think anything that's a draw that's exclusive is a good thing to get people out. So yeah, very much big part of the culture is what'd you get? What did you get it for? Da 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 da. Where? You know, that kind of thing. It's always people's heads on a swivel, and as if the insatiable appetite's not enough. I mean, I think damn near every lunch or dinner run we would parlay with a local Walms for a clearance run as well. So I mean, it's just nonstop as far as finding the dealios. So
out of the 5 of us, how often did you guys use the food trucks?
Once.
One time.
Because we just kind of have a
one for everybody, Shy, none.
Yeah,
I had to go there.
I had a taco because I think
Joey's Joey's Red Hot's tacos.
Yeah, they're passable. Yeah, I like them. I remember I'm in LA. Shy and I are not.
Yeah, you got to do them cilantro and onion.
We did. It's just
okay.
We've lived in LA for a very long time. It's just it was a fine taco for what it was.
All I know is from the burger truck, I ran out of meat about halfway through my burger. So I'll leave it at that. There's my review of the burger.
But the thing is like we keep a steady diet of like Portillo's and like Miller's. We kind of have our spots. So it's like if there's any time we're not, sadly, the Rennie food. I haven't partook in any of the actual Marriott food. I hear the breakfast is pretty good.
Yeah, they had some samples the one day and a free barbecue slider and a cocktail. They were just handing them out at the Rennie.
And there's nothing.
You're on the list to make the 15th floor concierge breakfast. So check that out next year.
Well, I thought there was okay. I'll talk to you about that.
Okay.
I knew about it last year, but when everything kind of went sideways with the check-in a little bit, I was just like, I don't know what's going on.
That was crazy.
What a weird story.
It was.
They're like, Brent's already checked in. I'm like, well,
no, he's not,
because he was in my room as a guest. It was crazy. Anyway, all right. Pickups. What? Who should we start with? Tyler, you want to lead the charge here?
Yeah, I have to go find
my stuff's kind of all over the place. So, I mean,
you can verbalize it if you want. I mean,
no, I need to show him.
No, I'm talking to.
Oh, sorry. I'll be back with my point. Sorry.
So I don't know. I guess just to keep it short. I mean, this whole bin here is like all like the personalized stuff, like. People's sig figs and like stuff people got me, like, so I mean, this will take 20 minutes to go through, but like just know, I mean, if you got me a sig fig or brought something from like anything that was like gifted to me or like that type of stuff is in here. So like I appreciate it. I mean, it's just probably gonna take a little bit long to actually go through everything. So I mean, there is that, and then I guess moving into like proper stuff. I mean, the Shadow Stormtrooper clock, I already showed that. Let me grab some of the sets off here. Oh, and actually, yeah, let me go. Hold on. It might take me like a minute. Maybe take me off the big, but I mean, don't take me off the show. Just take me off the
I zapped your ass off the show. Lake, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good to go. All right. So yard sale. I grabbed the Tidarium for 200. I was happy with that. Nice sealed box. I mean, I think it's my favorite Imperial shuttle they've done. The figs are pretty fire. So that was my big crispy pickup. Got a boys deal from PNG. Shout out PNG. I think 50 on this one.
Hate the set, need the fig, that kind of thing.
Horrible set, need the fig, but then this was
my kids.
Yeah, it was a gift for the kids. So chalk that up to that. I feel like 50 is pretty good. I think 40% is what we're going to find it for quite frequently. So 50 all day. Grab this guy last minute from Firebird at one of the aforementioned yard sales. $60 on this, just the build. Nice. This is one that I wanted to grab at the end of its life on clearance, but I couldn't find it. And all I really need is the build from that. So I feel good there. Tons of sig figs. I got it in
that one anyway. I don't think.
No, I think I mean, price wise, there might be one that's like decent, but it's just like Ray Poe, normie stuff I don't need. Got a bunch of sig figs this year. Got Shies this year. You didn't run out, and I think you were well stocked this year, Shy.
I was.
So
I still ran out.
Did you?
Yeah, I ran
You're
out.
handing them out like candy. So
Shy, was it the same one?
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Okay,
but I am working with
phenomenal fig though.
So,
got a lot of custom stuff. K-Town, Citizen Brick. Shout out Tom the Builder, and then Brick Rips. It's awesome this year. Got the split boba from Coop. and then pulled a big Pikachu late one night. So that was pretty dope as well. And I think that's most of what I got. Other than that, one more thing I want to show off. Ostif gifted me the profile pic. So fire. Love that thing. Thank you so much,
cool.
Ostif. Can't wait
That's really
to
special.
find a spot to hang that up.
That was dope. That's my fave out of all that.
No, it's so sick, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's quite the artiste, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mark, you're up.
I got a little stack of these.
Ooh.
Hey, you got him, dude.
Oh,
I was leaving on Sunday, and I was like, I gotta find somebody to give these to. And I saw some old man wandering around in the Brickworld polo, and I said, "This is my guy." And I said, "Hey, this has to go to Mark." He's like, "Well, who are you with?" And I'm like, "This is the ACOP set. This is his stuff. I haven't had it all taped up, and I'm glad it got to you." I was a
picture of
little
Mark
worried.
on there.
Oh yeah. So I've been looking actually. So I think because I bought 3, I'm guaranteed to be in one of these, but I don't see my figure. Yep, got it. Sorry, I lied. Finally found it. There we go.
There you go.
There I am.
Yeah, you have there's a
That's
band
all the
sticker on
secret
the
of the
back. So you're
pros.
guaranteed one.
Perfect. Yes, you got it. Yep, there it is.
Yes.
So so the old man you talked to is Brian Elzer. He's 60 years old, and he walked 8 miles this week because he's the guy who does all the logistics. He sets out the stanchions. He helps us set up the tables. He does all the physical work of setting.
Is that the guy with the lady that's with him?
With his wife,
yeah.
Same age, and they walk more and lift more than anybody there. I don't know how they do it.
He's always moving. I could barely catch him. He was like sprinting through a door.
He has a faster walking pace than I do, and that's saying a lot. But this was my pickup this week, and it's the first pickup I've had at a show in a long time. Of course, I have the Gujiks, which I'd go through. And by the way,
it was a forced pickup, by the way.
I know, right? You guys had to tackle somebody to make sure it got to me. But so I know we don't talk mocks on this stream. You guys aren't necessarily mock people.
We can talk mocks.
So I was able to bring an original creation for the first time since I've owned the business, and I got a ton of Gujiks. I got a ton of tokens. I mean, and I appreciate that from everybody who left tokens on my display. So thank you. But this was my single pickup from the entire week, and it's my favorite pickup from any.
Frankly, it's the best one. If I'm being biased here,
I know you are, but I actually feel the same way, and I'm not biased. So
well, we can't wait to see when you're on again. We'll your reaction to your fig.
I'll do a live unboxing on my channel.
There you go.
At some point, God only knows when.
Channel exclusive.
Yeah,
fire.
All right. That's literally wow. Okay, yeah. I mean, what were you working all week? I don't understand why you weren't at all these.
I don't know where I was all week because I was in COVID brain fog. I don't remember half the week.
That's a good point. All right, we got Shy here with your pickups.
Okay. I mean, I have only aside from all the updated bricks and signatures that I got up there.
Which you can see that on your Insta, I think.
Yeah,
right?
you see that. Shout out to everybody that's like circling their photo, like their stuff, like their and like their signatures and posting it up. That's a lot of love. I appreciate all of you.
We might have to make a tugboat. That's pretty funny.
In for that. But yeah, so a lot of the stuff that I got that I have in front of me are just like stuff from Citizen, like they're all customs. So I mean, I didn't go ham on Citizen Brick, but that's like mainly what I bought. So I got more cages, and shout out to Joe for giving me one of them.
Joe Trupia, yes, great fan there. Citizen Brick, amazing vendor at the show.
Always, and got both popes. Chicago
nice.
Pope and regular Pope, which is the same Pope. So it's kind of cool.
Now you got some White Sox in the house. Now
I know. I'm about to say, there's your White Sox. I can't focus on you. I won't recognize this because it's like it says like my camera is set to like human, not object. So it's not gonna. So there it is.
There it goes. There you got it.
So I got both.
Yes.
And then I got some like little like figs you have to wait in line for. Shout out to Holly for waiting in line for me because I was recording with Mark. So she went to go do that for me. Got some stuff from K-Town. Now K-Town started to do pad printing too. So got the Tomb Raider and the there we go, the Boogeyman and the best Taylor Swift custom that you could find because it's pad printed like 7
Dude,
times.
for
$30,
$30, that is an insane fig.
it's
And-
crazy.
Let me tell you a little bit about K-Town Bricks. They Joe Trupia recommended them to us, and they do our exclusive event minifigures now. And they have done pad printing from the beginning. And that guy is like 12 years old, and one of the best business owners I've ever met.
Yeah. So shout out to him. And then just got some more like stuff from Eclipse Graphics and other Taylor Swift, which is UV, nothing wrong with that, but some printed tiles printed tiles. But what I can't show you, which is I got in the underground backyard garage sale. I got
The what?
I got 5 medieval blacksmith shops that had just arrived today. So I got all of that for like a bill a piece.
The
So-
Dan Siskin ones? Like the original?
No, the newer ones. I need them for my village for my
The
castle.
ideas
So,
one. Nice, yes.
yeah. So they run like $1.80 a piece, but
Dude, I want to see your village.
I'm not there yet. I'll get there. But I got it to start that, so at least they're somewhat in the same kind of like look. They will all be modified, of course, but I got those, and then I shout out to Clever Pig. I got the Ghostbusters. Oh my God, Ecto 1, the little one, for like nothing, like $60, $50. I was shout out to him. Shout out to Zane and him. Like I got it for pretty much retail. Yeah, for all of it.
So once you're done with your village, and you've premiered it wherever you need to premiere it, or wherever it shows up first, will you bring it on my stream?
Sure.
Oh my God, yes! I'm excited.
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna fit it. It's gonna be huge. So,
Yeah. Just
yeah,
got
I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, Clever Pig said he's glad I went
there
to
we
a.
go.
He said he's glad I went to a hood home. I mean,
It was a hood home, and I was so happy with that. Like with that pickup, I was like, I got back to my room, like, yo, I just really got this for retail.
Look at this connection. So Jandern's gonna hook up Ostef with the Chicago Pope at cost. Look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Talking about big debuts, Jander and Fritz in there. I mean, hanging with the boys, but also all about business, making deals, hooking up the boys. That was cool to see. It was like a million live whatnot auctions. You know, you're muted, Tyler. Unless I did it. There you go.
All right, I just want to give I said privately too already, but I do want to give a public shout out to Fritz for the IHOP coverage. I do want to say that. Shout out to him for
Fritz was great this weekend.
he covered the table, so I do want to say beyond everything, extra shout out to him for that.
He also
wow.
a whatnot auction for us for our charity partners, which brought in $14,000.
Shattered the record. It was 11 something, and they wanted to hit 12, and they just kept pressing on. It was insane.
Dear Lord.
I think that's another example of someone stepping in and just crushing it. And he had the full support of the whole whatnot team. There was I think by far the biggest presence of sort of the whatnot space there. Probably Jander, you'd know, but I felt like 20 dudes. Shout out to dudes. I mean, I might have been some gals there, but it was mainly dudes. And I mean, people were just slanging stuff. Shout out to Blake for donating. There's a big story tied into Matt Black Bricks on that. There was he donated.
I don't know it. What happened?
No, I don't think you know this individual story. So the Shadow Girth Trooper, the black one, and then the Miami edition, the orange one, both went for $300 each.
Whoa.
For those figures on the
Thank
street.
you.
I was in the pool and I got a message on my watch that just said $300. I had to hop out and get on the text.
Oh, hell
to
yes.
get the second one over there.
So I mean, and I know people are spending more than usual, but that was like unusually high given its retail. So that was really cool to see amongst the 90,000 other things. That was just a cool highlight for us because I was like, oh, I'm always curious when this happens, and they have done quite well on whatnot, like generally, but like that was just to show like the generosity. I guess I mean everybody knows it's not a 300. I'm not saying that, but it was cool to see it go for $300. Like it was kind of cool that it had that effect.
They were live for a long time too.
Well, they were, and I think there was a little bit of a concern. Not a concern. Well, slight because Fritz's audience obviously is very Star Wars heavy. Now, obviously he branches out and dabbles, but the reality is, Star Wars carries that platform for Lego. And I think we all know it. And I mentioned that to Mark and he's like, no, you'll see what happens, because we did mainly Brickworld merch last time and did just fine. And that was the case. I mean, they did that. They would take a Brickworld shirt and guys were just like, just throwing cash, and they're like, I don't know, have so and so sign it. Yeah, take a Sharpie out and sign it, Fritz. I'll buy it for $150 if you autograph it. And he's like, okay. Like,
the fact that people buy stuff because my signature on it will always blow my mind.
Yeah,
always.
So yeah, there was Mark signed stuff. The set, the show exclusive set was, I want to say, a couple $100. Like, it was really cool to see. So shout out to, again, Fritz, with like little to no voice from the weekend activities.
He was like, he lost his
rookie of the year contender. I mean, I don't know if anyone had a week quite like Fritz. Came home with 4,000 figures, I think he said. So he was buying heavy out there. And shout out to Jandern as well, who was rolling with us all week.
Yeah, I got to meet Jandern.
A lot of homie hookups. On the way out, tossed me a shirt. I wore it home, and my wife picked me up in the Jandern Boba prototype shirt, and she's like, is that one of your new ones? Finally one that's not so loud or whatever. She's like, I like the subtle thing. So take notes. Like, she's like, I like your other ones, but this one's like wearable, like you don't look like a billboard. I'm like, okay.
You're a loud guy, Sean.
I know, she's used to it, but she likes the little subdued every once in a while. All right. We've gone around the horn. We've got Tyler. You went to chase some stuff down. So you showed your,
well, if anything, I'm just gonna take it mobile. I think that's the easiest way. But this is here, so
I
will show this off.
I would say, Mark, of all the years, again, it's not a put. When I say these things, it's not like a put down. But this year, I personally had more conversations about this exclusive set than any of the other ones that I've been there for.
I designed that in like 5 minutes, and I was disappointed in it. So the feedback I've gotten on that has been fantastic. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to build it.
Really, really was into that one this year for whatever reason. To me, from what I saw, more so than some of the other ones. That's just kind of
5 minutes.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
A bit of an exaggeration, probably 5 hours, but it was like the day before we needed to place the order for the pieces. And I was like, I don't know what to do.
He spends more time on his like West Wing garden on one of his other mocks. Ooh,
nice.
I need that. What's going on?
The OG.
So a little garage sale pickup. This is also this right here. This is the open box sealed bag one.
Yeah, you got a heater deal on that.
Well, I mean, so that's not the garage sale one. That's a totally separate one.
Oh.
And then
I was gonna say it was a sealed boy. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll see in a second, Sean. Then this right here.
That's a great one.
Damaged box, so it's in the build pile. Oh, this for half off, a little modern Lego.
Nice.
And then I think there's a couple more things. Well, I mean, the X-Wing, the UCS one.
Ooh,
so that's exciting to have. It's in the
We got that built. Yeah, I remember that.
And then
that's always good to snipe one of those, because that poor guy was carrying it for like 5 minutes too long.
You got the troll ship?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, I had this when I was a kid, and there's like a picture of me building it.
Yeah.
So to get a new one, pretty insane.
Yeah, thank you. I got that in my late 20s. Yeah, that. No, that's a great find, and I love that you appreciate that set.
And then, well, Sean, this is the one that I got at the garage sale. Look.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Because
So
I thought it was a sealed
one.
one. Yeah.
Like that's the fully sealed one, and then the other one is the one to build. And then a little bit of sequel love.
Yeah, dude, you got him down to what, 65 on that?
69. He said 70. I'm like, just make it 69.
He wasn't high on it to begin with, right? He was only at 90.
I think he was at 80.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm
glad I went to a good home though. I'll get it eventually.
Well, believe me, I wish I got the Palpatine's arrest. I'll trade you for it.
Spoilers.
Oh shit, my bad. Well, no, never mind.
People know. I told anybody who would listen about that. Yeah.
No, so I think that's it. I mean, again, there's smaller stuff and everything like that, but I mean, set wise, That is that. I know there's one thing, but I don't know where I put it. But I mean, maybe I'll find it.
So I've got. Yeah, I do. You guys reminded me. I do have a bag. Shout out to everybody who gave me sig figs and stickers and bricks and all that. Really appreciate it. I have enough now over the years to where I'm definitely gonna put together a very special case for those. A lot of times those are, my favorite pickups because they're unexpected and it's so thoughtful and it's so cool that everybody does that. So huge shout out to everybody who dropped off stuff. A lot of it was in a rush. They're like, hey, just wanted you to have this. I'm like, thank you, appreciate it. And then I actually get to the bag. It's kind of like a little bit like Halloween, where you just go around and collecting stuff and you look at the bag later and you're like, oh, I didn't realize I had one of those. So huge shout out to everybody for that. But as far as like Tyler said, I guess set wise, we got to start here. I mean, Lake, you won't be offended. I don't have to show the boxes of boys again, but I've got my stash on that and my figs.
Not
Huge
too
shout
much.
out to Lake again. Words can't express, how grateful we all are for Lake putting all that stuff together for everybody and the excitement it drives and all that. And people are already talking about what's next. We've already huddled on what's next, like in general, even before Brickworld. So as long as you guys keep showing up and are excited about it, we'll keep doing it. Here is my, I think, first pickup here. This is just something I needed for the collection. The Ian Malcolm I needed for the I'm a little dino fever right now, but Ian Malcolm with the zipped up jacket as to not expose the old chest pubes, which this was sold at Toys R Us, so you can't have that at Toys R Us. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. Got that on it's a heater, 50% off. I think book on it's like 35-40, and I got it for 20, so I was happy with that. This was my first pickup at the garage sale. I've been eyeing this one forever, and I've seen it used for a lot more than what I've paid for it. I got it for $130, I believe. This thing clears, especially sealed, clears 200 like all the time. I think the guy was at $170, and honestly, I would have folded somewhere in between there, but he went ahead and took it. We just did a Venmo friends and fam, so shout out to that guy from the Yardie on that one. If you don't know what this is, you should know. It's pretty unique, and there's a great Ventress in there as well. And then we main eventing. Oh, so before we get to main event time, there was a Tyler, shout out to Rich's Bricks, one of the finest Lego resellers in the game, for hooking me up with 6-7 Jurassic World sets that I misplaced in my move. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but that is Tyler's dad. So shout out to Rich's Bricks for hooking it up. And those sets are in the mail. I had Fritzy mail some stuff because I just could not fit everything in my bag, but gave them to me on a really sweetheart deal, and appreciate it, Tyler. I'm able to get those in. I think I've plucked a few of the dinos and then shipped the boxes with the rest of the stuff.
Nice.
But I've been able to get some dinos out during my time in California. I mean, I know it's not exactly Brickworld, but it's all a blur. I was able to get to Mosey Boy. I love this thing in hand. I wasn't too sure how I would feel about it.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's really, really, really good. And even at 60, I highly recommend. I mean, it's going to go on sale, sure, but you're not getting ripped at 60. It comes with a really cool boat. Got this one. And then again, it kind of bleeds together. Father's Day, I got the Pixar ball. You guys all know what that looks like. I did pick up a Batmobile, the animated series, for 36 at a Walm's clearance. That's also in the Fritz shipment. And then we'll get to main event time. There you go. So, Mark, I don't even know if you know this, but so we're going around the yard sale. I'm just trying to figure out what I want. Some stuff got sniped. It's my fault. I was trying to talk them down, beat them up too much, and just, didn't pull trigger on a few things. But I kept circling the wagons, and I kept seeing Palpy's arrest on the very first table when you walk in. And I want to say the starting price was 600 flat, and then he marked it down to like 525. And then 500. He actually had a post-it note. I wish I kept it. I hope it's in the box somewhere. My suitcase. Anyway, he kept marking it down, and he got to $400 on it. Now, the reason it's a sealed Palpy's arrest for 400 is because the box has seen better days. It's a beat box for sure. I mean, the bottom half's good, but the top's definitely got some bowing going on. And so, we're this thing survived the the mosh pit that is the yard sale all the way to the end. And I said, hey, would you do 350 cash? And he said, I need to talk to David. And I said, David, you're not the guy. This isn't your stuff. Go get David. And he's like, he'll go get him. Or no, I'm sorry. I said 300 cash. Sorry. And so, Mark, it turns out it's David.
David Turner. That was his. Oh, yes, of course. That wasn't.
He goes, oh, it's you. It's
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Okay.
So David Turner's running the garage sale, making sure
Right.
it's smooth. Yeah.
So
He sold it to you for what then?
300.
What
The
if-
350 comes from. Sorry, I had about a dozen people tell me they offered 350 and it was declined. So it's like they declined 350, get 300. But that kind of explains that. So it was David Turner, and he's like, "Oh, is this for you?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, "Whatever you're comfortable with." I mean, I was damn ready at 4. I mean, for me, it's like you can get an open one in good shape for about that. But I'm like, yeah, it was 550 at one point. Yeah.
What a
Anyway, the point is, I got it for 300. So
Wow.
a definite homie hookup, but also, I mean, even at 4, to know all the contents or freshies in there. I mean, Tyler, you'd know better than me. I think there's the agent and the kit probably carry the set from the value. I mean, even the palps got value. The figs are the heater.
I mean, every fig in that set is $40-$50.
Yeah, some are over 100 too. So I mean that thing. So anyways, that's and then it's like, for a lot of people, it's on their top 10 list. I always wanted it, but I was never going to pay the 600 or so it goes for in a brand new box, Mark. So this is why we go to the yard sale, things like that. It all goes down at the Rennie. That's another example. And once again, killer deal. The saga continues. I got my Christmas X-Wing for dirt cheap. I got this for dirt cheap. I was very happy. But but wait, there's more. So that was Palpatine's arrest. Hard to top that, but I do have to shout out Fritz via Jandern. This ended up becoming a mascot for the week, but I did get a Cloud City boba.
Nice.
Now,
Well, I mean, all right, Sean, I guess. No, go ahead.
yeah, so it does full disclosure, it does have an arm crack, but it's on the back. You can see it if you're looking for it, but it presents really well. And what I liked about it is, like, look, I'm never going to spend 2, 3, 5, whatever K on a minty boy. I just won't. But
Wait, that is
when I hear
real,
even the
Sean?
minty ones, I've heard people when they transfer them, they crack. Like, these are super brittle. I'm really happy with this, and I think for the most important part, it's going to end up on a shelf in my official Brickworld case. It presents really well. The paint is phenomenal on it. So I'm really stoked with it, and big time shout out to Fritz and via Jandern for a really good deal on something I would have never in a million years thought I would own.
How come I had no clue that was real all week? I thought it was just a fake light bluish gray one in your case. I didn't know that was real.
No, it's as real as it gets, man.
Dang.
And so, yes, I was an idiot wearing this around my neck the last day and a half or so.
No, as you should. No, man, you should rock that.
That's not
Well, it's funny. So there was a kid at Brickworld in an elevator. So it's my first inaugural wear on the lanyard, and I'm riding the elevator down. He runs over to it. He goes, "You're crazy wearing that." And he goes, "You know why? Because it opens like this." And he flips it open from the bottom aggressively. And I caught him in midair, about to hit the ground of the elevator while the doors were opening. And I was
Oh
like,
my god.
and the dad just sat there, and I go, "Dude, Like he was a kid, but I was like, dude, you don't go like what if you know what it is, why are you doing that? Like what's it? So
Oh, he went up to you and grabbed it.
yeah, we're in the elevator. He goes, oh,
Oh,
look at
God.
that. He's like, and he knew exactly where and I was like, I saw my life flash before my eyes. I'm like, did this just happen? I knew it was stupid to wear that. I thought it would get snatched. I didn't think a kid would open it. So it goes, anyway. But we had a near death experience for Bobes, and yeah. So, anyways, this one's going to be special. I like to get like a big heater of the week kind of thing, and this definitely fit the bill on that. Above and beyond, Pelps would have been enough for that, but yeah, man, I figure I would have never owned without good friends and people looking out. And shout out to everybody, man. It's awesome.
Sean, I do have some stragglers that I went to go get.
Straggler.
So,
oh, that one pissed me off. I was searching for that all weekend.
Raptor.
You got some of my stuff, and I got some of your stuff this weekend. Because I know you want Pelps.
I will happily trade you Snoke's throne room and the Indo Raptor for that Pelps arrest. Believe me. I will get it in the mail happily tomorrow for you, Sean. But there's that. Also, I think shout out to Harry, right? If he's still in here, because he had one in his hand, and I said, oh, like I complimented or whatever, and he said there's another one. I think that was him. So he got one, I got one of another Fantasy Era Castle set.
Yeah.
And then I'll also throw this in there, Sean. I'll throw this in those other two.
That as well. Yeah, I need that. I need the other thing. You got 2 Endor sets. I mean, we really did our opposite worlds. Yeah.
And then I've always loved this. I'm a big Shatari guy.
Oh, that's a heater. I've never heard anybody say they're a Shatari guy.
No, I've got a whole bin. I'm like Shy equivalent when it comes to Shatari. I've got like 200 Shatari, I think.
It's all in the name. That's what I think of that character.
It's crazy. And then
the first half of the name.
A little in-person pickup from Tom.
I got it
right here for the
Shatari head. There you go.
Yo, you got that one? Oh,
that's a heater.
Look at that with the printed flowers in the hair and everything.
Yeah, I just sat on that one, man.
And then so the original maker is Rise or Rise Customs, however that's said. But
Rise is blowing up.
Yeah, I picked that up.
Interview with Rise, yeah.
Oh yeah, Austin. Yeah, just yesterday, right, or 2 days ago.
Shout out to Austin. That's right.
And then, we all know. It's not a Brickworld without a bag. A couple bags of clones. So
yeah, you had to. You were out
one
there.
bag of AP ones.
You had to intercept something from Fritz.
This is specifically from Connect the Brick. Gave me a really good deal on these. So another bag, another little bag of clones, and then another little bag of clones, and then another bag of clones. But this is some Captain Rexes and like Cody's in there.
Oh, nice.
Which I'll be frank with you. I don't know when it's ever going to stop. I'm just like addicted to getting all the AP. Like, I'm just addicted to it. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I just keep on adding to the collection. I love them. And it's like, what was that?
You put on a base plate and then you take a photo.
Well, funny enough, if I were to ever do that, I have 64 of the Codys that have not been assembled yet. But that's kind of the biggest thing. It's like I don't want to assemble them. You know what I mean? Like yeah. I don't. But like if I do, I'd take a picture of them on a base plate. But I could do that. I could do like a gray base plate of just Codys. But I don't know. It's just one of those things. I love those clones, and they're factually never gonna do the Clone Wars armors ever again. So it's like I think there's like a little bit of like 2 avenues there. Like, sure, they're never gonna do it again. I love them, and it's like I just kind of want to collect a whole bunch of them.
Dude, I didn't know you had that many. That's crazy. See, you learn something new every day.
I do need the $1,000 Fox still. That is
it's been evading you.
Yeah.
You put feelers out, you know the right guys, you'll find it.
But hopefully not for a G. I'd be happy spending I don't know. I don't like 700 max. I think.
Commit to it. Commit to the number. One other thing about Bobes I forgot to mention. So this was a running gag. I forgot to mention. So Fritz actually lost this figure earlier in the week. I forgot to the lore is what actually coaxed me into it. So he thought he lost it. We were looking at it, and shout out to Brick by Brick, who actually bought his Cloud City Bobes from Fritz as well. But during that transaction, he had like 2 to choose from, and at some point he thought I still had it, and I was like, I don't have, because it was in what the trade went down in our room, and anyway, it was misplaced for a good, I don't know, 12 hours overnight, certainly. And I'm like, I don't have it, dude. I have no idea where it is. I gave it back to you. In fact, you said put it back in your little dime bags that they sell them in. Shout out to dime bags. But I'm dating myself. They're probably like, I don't even know what, Grant bags now. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Anyway, confusion, beverages. Fritz, I don't have your Cloud City Boba Fett. I don't have it. And I felt really bad because I was like, I know I don't have it, and he doesn't know where it is. Long story short, he comes down right before foosball and goes, oh yeah, I put it in my backpack. I'm like, okay, cool. Right. And he's like, hold on to it. I don't want to lose it again. And so I don't know if he was just planting the seed. So I took said dime bag, and I was carrying around, I mean, basically, I don't know, half the trip. And then finally the night before, on the last night, I'm like, you've had me carrying this the whole time. Because the idea was he was going to keep it for his personal, but he runs across his stuff far more than I do. And so I asked him if I could buy it, and he's like, well, yeah, I mean, you've had it the whole time, and hook it up. So Fritz had 5+ people looking for it when he guiltily, I like that word, guiltily pulled it out of his backpack. Because I'm like, the last thing I need is a scandal where Sean the Right Way stole Fritz's boba. Like, I was like, this is fucked. I don't even know where it was. And he shows up and goes, my bad, it was in my backpack all along.
At one point I saw it just sitting on the table unattended. I picked it up and looked at it for half a second and said, oh, someone's got to knock off Boba Fett here. Why would this be real? And I just set it back down.
Because that's how crazy Fritz runs. I think at some point he had 3 of them. Like, who has 3 of these at one time? So yeah, he did. It was over by we were hanging out. He left it over there. He said, oh yeah, I was sitting with Tyler and so. It was like the night I went to bed.
Oh, it was the IHOP night.
Yeah, the IHOP night. Mm-hmm. Oh, because you guys all discovered it was missing at IHOP, right? Or somewhere around there.
Yeah, I believe so.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so
Sean, are you going to IHOP?
I want to give a little extra lore. I was actually babysitting it, and then I became attached to it, literally. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna see if we can get this. So a little more to the lore there for that. Loser Cloud City Boba at the Rennie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Fritz was very cavalier with it, but can you blame him? I mean, he was carrying around trash bags filled with other figures, probably worth more in total, but I get it. I mean, yes, you can blame him. You shouldn't be, casual. Cloud Fritz. Yeah. But yeah. So countdown is on, Mark. We already had Ostiff. Just to remind you, Mark, you only have 361 days till the Monday landing, 364 till the first public day.
Right. Yeah, he's got it. Yep.
He's on it. Got it down to a T. We did have a couple supers we need to get to before the end. Any other closing thoughts on sort of putting Brickworld to bed, at least for now? We're going to continually talk about it for the rest of our natural lives, obviously. But Mark, any other shout outs?
Oh man,
thoughts? I'm sure you'll cover a lot off on your show this Sunday if people want to tune in.
This Sunday at 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, we definitely will. If you're into mock building, we're going to be throwing down a collaborative challenge for our chat to do our first live stream collaborative build. It will be based on mock cards that weren't picked up. So we have a lot of random names.
Oh, that's cool. So these are people that were supposed to show up with their mocks and didn't?
Yeah, so it happens a lot. Like people plan to bring what they want to bring, and pick up their mock cards, but don't actually put them out. So we collect them, the people who weren't able to finish their creations, and
that's a great idea.
So we only put the ones in the mix to choose for this collaborative that make absolutely zero sense unless you knew what you were building. So I'm not going to put in there like the Arc 170 fighter. You know, if somebody was going to build a custom Arc 170, we would leave that out, or something that's like the Millennium Falcon or like a Daily Bugle. It's all the ones that like make zero sense when you first look at it, and you have to come up with your own idea. So we're going to be handing those out randomly to people who want to join in that collaboration on Sunday's stream for Think Outside the Blocks, the official Brickworld live stream. My final thoughts from this year is I can't express enough how much easier this show was this year than it has been in previous years. And I think that's a lot just on my staff and our support team, our coordinators, our staff, the Brickworld year-round staff. Thank you to all those people. Thank you to everybody there who continues to just bring their best person, because like there's always a little bit of controversy that crops up over things. And there certainly has been, but the focus has been mostly on just the great time people had, the positives, even the people who were upset by a couple things that happened there. I can bring up examples, but I don't want to. Things that happened culturally through self-expression and through some mocks that were built. Appreciate the focus on the positive, because that's what we all need. I think, especially right now in like America, our country's political climate, focusing on what keeps us together instead of focusing on what sets us apart is what.
That was wild. Yeah, that was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some wild stuff happened.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And it does come to us as the Brickworld staff, and I do my best to shield my staff from it, but there is a certain portion of the staff that I vent to and go like, what do we do? And the answer is we ask everyone to bring their best selves. And we're going to continue with that. And I just want to thank everybody for, again, like I said, focusing on the positive. And I think like for now, moving forward, we have a great plan for next year. And I love the energy you're already bringing here, all four of you, to 2026, and just in general, even if it's not Brickworld 2026, just bringing it to the AFOL community in general, focusing on the positive, not being what we call on my stream grumpfluencers, just being really positive for the community, and that's where that's where I put my energy, as people who focus on that. So thank you all on this panel for being that for the entire community, not just Brickworld.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, I think you have our support, and yeah, thank you, man. I mean, you made all this possible for a lot of folks, people having the time of their lives. It's just a place to get away, see your friends, do cool stuff all week. For us old guys, get to live like teenagers again for a week, pay the price. Even younger guys that aren't teenagers anymore, Tyler probably felt some effects after his twisted teas.
Yeah.
But the point is,
yeah, no, I would say again, thanks to people like Brick Dad Builds, who is putting feelers out there for people who are having the Brickworld blues, because there is quite a crash after you have to walk away from, a full summer camp and go back to real life. And it might be a sad week for some, and especially those who are first-time attendees. It'll happen again. You'll be back in it, and there's an entire community out there year-round, not just in person at conventions, but online and in live streams. And it's certainly out there. That feeling is available in several ways throughout the community. And apologies for my brain fog and rambling. I'm still very exhausted. It takes me quite a while to recover from the show. And I'm picking my ear live on on your stream. But I hope I'm coming across coherently.
no, you're good. You're good.
Good.
Well said, sir. But yeah, guys, much more hype to come again as one door closes on Brickworld Chicago 25. What can I like to tell people, Mark? And I know the whole team throws a lot at you, but like I take it personally to like, all right, what can we do next year to top it again? It's a personal challenge. I've made it clear, and Mark's well aware. Look, there's other shows, and actually Mark is gracious and roots for that. I think all whatever tides rising ships, that whole thing. But to be clear, we still want to retain the World Heavyweight Championship of brick shows, and we'll have even more surprises, memorable moments around the corner. And like I always say, even if we put something on the calendar, Mark, or an event, schedule an event, which I was a little better at this year. The most exciting moments are the unpredictable ones, like kid ripping open boba, Cloud City boba in an elevator. Where else do you tell that story? It happens at Brickworld. Even the weird, shitty, bad, if you want to call them bad moments, are still funny in hindsight. Like, it's funny. It worked out, that one. The fact that a Cloud City boba wasn't on the radar whatsoever is funny. You know what I mean? Like, I can go on and on about things that are just palps arrest.
Totally.
It's just it's crazy. I didn't know this guy was here. So and so is here.
I think CPA said it on your last live stream, where it's like he looks forward to the events that haven't been yeah, exactly. The ones that aren't planned, like all the spontaneous stuff that happens, and that's why we keep that open environment there. I experienced several this weekend.
Yeah.
And even
fire alarms, whatever. It's like even things in the moment are frustrating, whatever, but it ends up being great. I'll close with this. We'll play some supers, but I think the coolest moment for me, I named shit I bought, things we did, things we were on stage for, things we sold, whatever. The coolest moment for me, personally, was the fact that Shy and I got up Father's Day. Shout out to Father's Day guys who go back on Sunday. We'd love to stay, but we got kids, we got to go. But I had a friggin', what's the opposite of a welcoming committee? A departure committee?
Yeah, there you go.
Farewell committee.
Yeah.
All the boys were there at 4:30 mark by the escalator, wanting to hug and say goodbye before I went to the airport. Like,
you're talking 4:30 a.m.
insane.
is when
they were still up.
4:30 p.m. like departure committee. It was 4:30 in the freaking morning.
There was no less than a dozen of the boys there, and Nicole, and just hugs all around. And it was a rushed moment because we were trying to get out of there, but I want everyone to know how special that was, and that put me at peace. It's the only thing that could probably put me at peace with leaving. Shy and I had a great talk. I love spending time with Shy.
Same.
I couldn't have picked a better departure. I had that into a 30-45 minutes Shy hang afterwards. I'm like, okay, I can put this I could put this Brickworld to bed, and it was a really sort of special way to wrap it up. So that just shows, again, full 360. We're talking about everything, but that right there sums it up, as everybody was there. And I'm tearing up now thinking about it, but I can't wait till next year, man. It's hard to describe to anybody who isn't in it. The family members, my wife, she kind of gets it, but no one's ever going to get it unless you get it. And that's just the only way to find out is to go.
True.
So, all right. That said, I don't want to not honor. We only have, let's see, we have one. All right, we got two supers and we'll take off. TPC Lego, great meeting you at the show. I don't know if I met you the year before, but definitely got to hang with you more this year. Also hangs with the TOT boys. Great hanging with the TOT boys. They're going to be back, Mark. I think.
Good.
Yep, I think we'll have the full squad next year. We had 3 out of the 4. We'll get all 4 there.
Awesome.
Great meeting everyone at the Rennie. We got to have the wave, and yeah, I think we need to do that.
Have you heard that there's all new sets? I got my wallet. Let's get wet. Cause I got the wave. I got it. Cause I got the wave. I got it. Yeah, some of you boys get a set of 2, that's the worst. I take them full price and build them on the first. Cause I got the wave. I got it. Cause I got the wave. I got that bitch. I got the bitch.
And for the final super of the night, we have Tyler from Life Bricks with a 2-piece with a woohoo yeah. Tyler, you get to choose the final. I mean, I'm not going to scream it. I think you're probably more excited about that, but it's your choice, Tyler. What have we not heard tonight? Oof, I know of one we haven't heard. We got a couple ones you like. $1,000 Deathy. We got Dinos. What would you like to hear, sir?
The Screamo one. Isn't that
$1,000 Deathy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Call it Disney tax, call it inflation, call it Lego, nuts in your face. Sell your house, sell your pet, only way you get $1,000 set, $1,000 set, $1,000 set, $1,000 set. Sell your kidney, get $1,000 set. Had the 1,000, had my wife, now I got the set. Death gave me life. $1,000 death store. Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine if Lego hyped their sets as much as we do? It would be insane. Like, could you imagine? They did the fly in with the Fets. I mean, they did do fly in with the Fets, but wouldn't you love to see something like that? Some maniac shouting $1,000 Death Star officially Lego branded? That'd be so insane. Oh, God. All right. For Jedi Stone, for the Creator, Stud Lake, for Shy Time is My Time, for Tyler from Life Bricks. Don't be doomsday, Tyler. It's coming up soon. We'll be all right. Brickworld is a short year away. And for Mark from Brickworld. And to the whole team of the boys and Brickworld staff that made this week extra special. All the hospitality everywhere we went was super chill. Except for Tugboat Guy. We'll talk about that next week. This has been Sean the Right Way, and this thing right here has been a couple of brickheads. We'll see you right here next week. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.